Hi, this is Michael Butler. Let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
We are live. Dan the man's jumped in. So I guess we're ready. The show is ready to rock and rumble. What's up, Dan the man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
All right, man. Oh, PMC wants to jump in. PMC! What's up, PMC? I'm going to drop a link right here. Yeah. So AJ's bubble's been burst. The backlash is something, dude. The whole of the Ukraine, the whole of Europe is talking about it. It's the hottest topics in boxing. Dan, 48 hours later, what's your take on the backdrop of AJ losing, man?
Well, you know what? Losing is one thing, right? And what do I mean by that? Again, the sport, whatever competitive sport that you're in, right? Either it's basketball, football, soccer, football, whatever you may be, baseball, tennis, whatever. You always win some and then you lose some, all right? You can't always win at everything, right? So what happened 2 nights ago, Alexander Usyk proved that he will always be the better fighter over Anthony Joshua. So if you put those guys in the ring 10 times, he'll probably win at least maybe 8 or 7 out of those 10 times, right? So it is what it is. But the way he behaved, Joshua, the way he reacted to that loss, that's what's why it's getting everybody talking for the last 48 hours. And unfortunately, it's becoming a meme, the way Joshua just ranted and just exploded the way he lost. So now I do give him credit. He calmed down and he realized that he made a mistake, and he apologized to Usyk and and his team. So it is what it is. But unfortunately, it's too little, too late. Once you react the way you do, especially in a loss, like Deontay Wilder, the way he reacted to a loss, that sticks with you. And people can't, still ridicule him about the egg wakes, the glove manipulation, spiking of the water. It's just like when you do things like that, the reaction to the loss is what gets you. And it haunts you as a fighter for a long while, especially in this age of social media. So, again, the loss is one thing, but the way you react to it, it's just that you become a meme, you become a laughing stock. And, no matter what you do going forward, as a fighter like Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, it sticks with you. Because now Anthony Joshua is going to be branded as a crybaby, a titleist who's pissed off because he can't get his way. You know what I mean? So he's acting like a bully who just got overthrown by somebody who's not scared of you, And you got beat by this guy twice, and he beat you I argue my case, I wouldn't say dominating, but more convincing. He beat you, twice already. You're just not good enough to beat him. That's just the way it is, So Yeah, that's my take on it, man. So yeah, that's about it.
So what have you heard from other people, other YouTubers, and what's everyone's? Because I see in the UK, well, English people, more English people, and some. Well, Fraser Clark from was pretty severe. And
Well,
Anthony Joshua said
yeah.
it's a disgrace. Some people are saying stuff language like that. Go ahead.
Um, maybe there have been some, as you want to call it, turncoats. Well, maybe that's harsh. That's a harsh word to use. But maybe there have been some people who turned their back on it because they didn't like the fact. I guess it's two reasons. One, they didn't like the fact they lost. He lost to a guy they felt that he should have destroyed because he's a cruiserweight. He's not known to be a big puncher. Number one. Number two, if you look at his style of fighting, it's not exactly like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not exactly a crowd pleasing style. Where I disagree with, because I think Alexander Usyk is a pretty exciting fighter. I'm not saying he's an explosive fighter. We all know he's not, but he is exciting. His style is kind of like Lomachenko. He throws a lot of punches. There's some, it's like it's mesmerizing the way he moves. His offense is just incredible. His defense is incredible. You know what I mean? So I guess people are hurt. They had, the fact that he's a small guy coming up in weight and the way he handled Joshua was like, two fights he dominated him, and they just can't get over the fact that this guy just took Joshua's, gave him two back-to-back losses, and it's devastating to them. And what I've been hearing is that there's a lot of excuses that I've been hearing from all these YouTubers. In fact, that Josh was green. That's the reason why he lost to Usyk. I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold on here. You didn't say he was green when he first took the fight. You guys went out and said that he would destroy him, and Usyk didn't deserve the fight, although he was the mandatory challenger. And now all of a sudden, when he lost the first fight, oh, it's a fluke. True, we'll correct that mistake. I'm like, no. Well, obviously, I argued against that because the way he got beat, this was not an Andy Ruiz situation. He got dominated the first fight. So how is he going to make a big adjustment within? That's not going to make that's just impossible. Yes, he did a little better, but at the end of the day, he should have not gotten in that rematch. My point I'm saying is that people are still saying he's green whenever he takes a loss, just to just to cover for him, give him excuses. I'm like, well, hold on. He's been fighting in championship fights for the last 6 years now. Why all of a sudden now he's still green after 6 years? I don't get it. It's just like, well, it's like there. My point I'm getting at is that when Deontay Wilder took his L's, no one gave him the benefit of the doubt. Rightfully so. You shouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt because he took the fight. He's an elite fighter, regardless of his technique or not. He's on the elite level. And, it is what it is. He lost, and the way he reacted, he needs to be called out for it. Same thing with Joshua. He needs to be called out for the same thing. You can't continue to make excuses for him whenever you lose.
Mm-hmm. You still
Yeah,
there?
that's what I've been saying.
Okay.
Was sorry?
No. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Dan, PMC, what's your take? How you doing,
Yeah,
PMC?
man.
How you doing, man? You
What's
right,
up?
bro?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
good.
Good to have you
I'm
over,
good.
bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for having me over. Yeah,
You're
man. I thought it was crazy, man. That dude was it was cringeworthy. I didn't even want to see it, and I was just looking at it. I was just like, man, kind of
it was.
feel for the dude, but at the same time, you don't, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Dan was saying, hell, even in the Wilder negotiation thing, people were saying like, oh, he's Wilder had more fights and stuff like that. This dude got almost 40 fights, man. He's on how many fights in? Like 35 fights in or something like that.
Mm,
He's been fighting on the top for he's been fighting all these guys. They name off his resume. Say his resume better than Wilder. So I don't know what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? Leading up, going into the fight, he fought a lot of good competition. You know. So at the end of the day, it's just no excuses. You know what I'm saying? He lost, and then we can't say we haven't seen it before. A guy go up in weight, and as far as cruiserweight, and be able to be effective. I mean, we saw what Vander Holyfield, David Hay was able to get a belt. You know, so yeah, man, it's all he is just a small heavyweight. That's pretty much it, and he just took it to him. So. Yeah, but yeah, it was really sad he came up the way he reacted though. But
how
the
did you
best
feel when you watch it? How did you feel when you watched that? When you saw that, like him
dude, man,
wilding?
it felt it's like you don't even want to see it, like it's like oh my god, man,
So don't you think? Don't you think though? But don't you think when he acted like that, you see how scary he was though, man? People were scared of him. Don't you think he should have brought that same energy in the fight?
No, it's probably nervous energy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It's probably nervous energy. That's probably what it was. So they say he left, he dumped the belts and stuff like that.
He
He
smashed
had
up. He
active.
smashed up the change room.
He
And
wanted to take control of the situation, but he wasn't in
yeah,
control. So he wouldn't
no.
even control his own emotions. So it's sort of so think about it. In that Ruiz fight, they say he had an anxiety attack, and so he got other issues, man. He can't control the pressure and stuff like this. Too big for him. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So he don't show up. He probably halfway checked out when he by the time he entered the ring. You know what I'm saying? If it don't go his way, then he throw a temper tantrum and stuff like that. You know?
Hey, you listen, bro. He smashed. I heard he smashed up the changing room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had reports that Robert Garcia took a pay cut 5%, and Angel got 5%. Of the money, like 5% of 40 mil. I heard he got 40 mil. It's quite a lot of money though. Um, and I think AJ heard AJ taking shortcuts in the training. He didn't have to pay. He was training Loughborough. He didn't have to pay, and also with the sparring partners, he sparred amateurs. Do you reckon to Dan the man going to Dan the man OPMC? You reckon that might have factored in him losing, not having adequate or proper preparation? And Robert Garcia had no factor, in my opinion, in the fight. Go ahead, Dan.
Um, you know what? It could have played a factor to some extent, and the reason why I say that because at the end of the day, you can get as many get as much adequate training as you want, but at the end of the day, it's you as the fighter. It's up to you to decide how you execute that plan and what you learn from that training. Because I give you an example, Emmanuel Stewart properly prepared Tommy Hearns against Marvin Hagler. Look how that turned out. So what I'm getting is that look, he probably would have been more competitive. It would have been a lot more closer fight. I'm not saying he would have won. It would have been a lot closer if he got adequate training. But at the end of the day, we've seen what Usyk can do. He can adapt on the fly. He has many gears to the point that he can beat you many different ways. So I just think it still probably wouldn't have been enough, but it would been a lot. He'd been a lot better than he did yesterday. But again, to your point, this is what happens when you take shortcuts because it's going to catch up to you. If you really want to do better, if you want to really, really, really want to win, you have to invest. You got to spend money. You got to get the proper preparation, even if it's going to cost you a lot of money. If you're serious about winning, this is what it's going to take. You're not broke. You got the money to do the resources to use. You got the money and resources, so use it. You'll pay off. I mean, the Saudis are paying you what $60 million from what I've read, or $40 million. They're paying you so much money, so you can use those resources. So, yeah, I don't like. Again, I just don't think it may have worked, but it could have been a factor. But it still probably would end up in the same result anyway. That's my take.
PMC, same thing, same question to you, PMC. I hope you heard the question, right? The training camp cheap cut, being cheap on the training camp, and getting Loughborough, that's where he trained for free. Mr. Bashir, everything was free. He had to train at a certain time, 12 in the day. What's your take of it, PMC, in terms of the preparation and the sparring amateurs?
Yeah, like I said, man. We said last time in the last show that he that's all he do. So I mean, ever since he got into the professional ranks, he's been doing nothing but amateur. He had an amateur coach, you know, fighting amateur fighters and stuff like that, and training. He cut the dude cutting corners. So it ain't his team, it's him. He don't want to pay. He don't feel as if he has to pay. No, he think everybody privileged to be boxing him and stuff like that. So that's how he sees it. Excuse me, got a plan coming up.
That's
Anyway,
all right. Go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
that's how he sees it. He think it's a privilege to box him, a privilege to be in his space and everything like that. To do honorary, man. You know what I'm saying? He got some kind of ego trip thing going on. He don't want to pay nobody and stuff like that. He don't want to pay the fighters he fighting and none of that. You know, he don't want to pay the trainers. You saw that. You don't
Yeah,
want to
not
pay
properly.
them.
Yeah,
No,
not
he don't want
properly.
to pay none of. He don't want to pay none of them. So it's on him at the end of the day. And as far
Yeah.
as his experience and stuff like that, the blueprint been out because Joseph Parker took him 12, jumping in there and out. But he was dancing around the ring, and the referee interfered in that fight. You know, And the only time let is the thing is Usyk didn't stand in front of him, and he outboxed him. And this dude just he trying to play chess with a chess master and stuff like that. He should just go and play checkers, you know.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, the game plan should have been different. He should have been, what's name was playing baseball, and he should have been playing football. That's all. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He trying to play. He trying to play this man's game. It
Well,
ain't gonna
can I?
work.
Yeah, can I say something? Chime in on that, PNC. Let me just say this. Look, I understand where people are going with that as far as strategy is concerned. I know people are still saying he didn't apply enough, effective strategy. I'll say this once, and I'll say it again. I said this a couple of days ago on the night of the fight. I really believe that there was nothing more he could have done. He made some good tactical adjustments from the first fight. We saw that. It's just that it wasn't good enough. That's just my opinion. And you could say, well, he could have pinned him down. He could have wrestled him a bit more. Yeah, it's easier said than done because you got a guy who's still jumping around like a goddamn jackrabbit, and he moves like a cat. Well, coincidentally, he's called the cat, Alexander Usyk. He's called the cat because he moves so fucking quickly. It's just like it's unpredictable. You don't know where he's going to move, what angle he's going to move at. So it's very difficult to pin down a guy like that. So, I just think that he couldn't have done any more than what he did in that fight 2 nights ago. He almost, he had Usyk rocked in trouble in ninth. He had him hurt. And it's just that he had nothing left after that. He could only do so much. So it's no shame to that. You know what I mean? So I just wish
He could
people.
have done more.
Well, we agree to disagree. But my point is that I just wish people would just say, you kind of just lay off the fact that he could have done more. I mean, we heard that in the first fight. We agree he could have done a little more. But the fact is that I think he just couldn't. There's just so much he can do. Again, I know, pin him down, cut off the ring. You could have been more effective doing that, probably. But I just think that anything else beyond that, there was nothing else he could have done. That's just my opinion.
Man, this man was, for one, the head movement was better, but
Yeah,
yet his feet was stuck in the mud. This dude was
Mhm.
yeah.
sitting in front of him, bobbing and weaving and stuff like that. I was like, why ain't your feet moving forward? You know what I'm
Well, you
saying?
know what's funny though? Yeah, that's a good point. Joshua kind of complained about that in his rant. He's like, when he alluded to like the point that why don't you throw more combinations like Rocky Marciano? Because I'm fucking 18 stone. I think what he meant by that is like, dude, you expect me to be a fucking fast heavyweight? That's not gonna happen.
Well, that louder swear was a bit. It
Well,
didn't
no, no,
really
no. That's
go.
what he said. That's what. I'm
No,
sorry. That's what he said. That's I'm
he,
quoting him. I'm
yeah,
quoting him.
I know.
I
But
know.
what I'm saying, yeah, I got you. But what I'm saying, Reddit Bo's big, so he making excuse like PM say. He making excuses. His foot in the mud. He could be infinite better. Now, let me pull up something you said. You said Usyk's an exciting fighter, and he
I,
exciting. Is that what you said? Is that what you said? He's
no,
exciting.
I didn't say he was exciting. Exciting. He does have an okay style. That's not saying too pleasing, but it's not boring. That's my
Yeah,
point.
he is boring. Nah, he actually
Ah,
is boring. He is
Bro,
nah,
boring.
man. Yeah.
bro,
Yeah, and
check this out.
I'm gonna be
How is
real with you.
Derek
Yeah,
Desor able to
I'm gonna
pin?
be real with you. There's only a few Southpaw. I like Corey Spinks. You know why I like Corey Spinks? He ain't
Yeah.
because of his style. It's because the way he acts and dances and he's swagger. You know what I mean? He talks reckless. And for a Southpaw, for me, like, because he's usually going in there with guys that hit harder than him, he makes it entertaining. Now, when I watched Partner Whitaker, I used to fall asleep. I thought he was very boring. Right
I
now,
I like. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I like Purnell, but his fights were never too exciting to me.
even though even though when he gets the best he made the best competition, he made them look mute. And when I look Usyk, he's so good. He's so good. Obviously, you can see his defense is very good. That he made that fight was a boring fight. The best thing about that fight was what happened after the fight. That was the most exciting thing I saw. What's more?
Well, I mean, he landed 172 punches on Joshua, and it landed over 100 power punches, a majority on his fucking head, on the cranium. And he almost, he had Joshua railing in that 10th, 11th, and 12th round. So I don't know what more could he have done.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
about
look at it.
No, I'm telling you, I saw the fight. Joshua was tight. Joshua was
Yeah,
tight.
yeah, he was tired. I get it, but he still had him railed, though. He still had him railing, though, in those 10, 12, 11, 12.
And hey, Dan, listen how Dan, you're so biased. It's ridiculous.
I ain't biased.
Dan, I tell you how you're biased, right? Dan, tell everyone your scorecard.
I had it 9-3. Is that biased?
Yeah, that's completely biased. That fight was a 9-3. That wasn't a 9-3 fight.
So you agree it was 8-4?
No, I know. I can tell you what it is. You don't have to put words in my mouth. I can tell you what.
Because the reason why I'm asking, because majority had it 8-4. 9-3?
I just how one of the judges scored the fight. I did like a 2-round fight. I didn't have it much in it. There wasn't much. There was round where Usyk completely took over, and there was round where Joshua was landing shots, but the fight itself was like it was very bored. I mean, I remember looking. And I remember when the fight started, and all of a sudden, all I know we're in round 7, and that's how the rounds went so quickly. And there was nothing in it. There was nothing in it in terms of round. Like when Usyk was flicking the punches, and he wasn't really landing, and Joshua was watching him, and he was flicking his punches, and they weren't really known until round 7.
Guess whose fault is that though?
Hold on, Dan. Until round 7, that's when the action started. That's when the action started. Round 7. 8, Josh had a big 8, and then Usyk took over round 9, 10, and he good rate for Usyk round 10. Then Usyk just took his foot off the pedal and moved around. Joshua was flicking his thing, and it was just there was nothing in the fight. It wasn't.
Well, who's landing the punches though? Usyk was still landing his shots.
I'm just telling you, Dan, that fight was boring. The best thing about
oh my god, I don't get why. See, well, here's what I don't understand. I'm not saying you, but a lot of AJ fans are calling it boring because their guy didn't win. That's why they're calling it boring.
Usyk is boring. He's a boring guy. AJ's a boring guy. I'm not.
Okay,
AJ.
well, how's he more boring than Guillermo Rigondeaux? I like Guillermo Rigondeaux, but I'm asking.
Let's stick to the subject.
I'm just saying.
Let me dictate what's going on. I'm telling you how it is.
All right, I'll let you dictate.
AJ's boring. Usyk's boring. The two of them
Damn.
is boring. The best thing about the best because AJ usually goes in and knocks guys out, and Usyk usually goes in there and cleanly outboxes guys like this boring. Like AJ goes in and knocks them out. That's the most exciting thing. But that fight there was boring. The best thing about that fight is what AJ did after the fight. The whole antics of going up the ring walk, coming back, pushing Derek off the apron, grabbing the belts. And the reason why he threw the belts on the floor was he took the belts. He wanted to give the belts to Usyk. And they go, no, give me back the belts. All right, take it. So he was already all in his feelings, grabbing the mic, give me the mic. And this is why I got the picture of the mic. And Usyk's sitting there like, yo. That's what Usyk said. Listen, not gonna lie to you, good or bad, Usyk, Joshua is famous, bro, just for wilding out. Like all the good things he's done in boxing, people enjoyed him wilding out. Now people are gonna want to see him again, and he's not even the champion no more. But let me tell you something now. He's more interested in to watch than Usyk, and that's a fact. Usyk needs his opponents to make him look good. Like he needs a Tyson Fury.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Joshua, in doing what he did, it's like almost like a WWE move. He took the mic and scooted. And now whatever he said to him, because I don't even know what he was talking about. But bro, I just saw him wilding out. Now I'll be honest with you. If I think a guy, Usyk is one of them guys there, like you kind of want to see him against Luis Ortiz, you want to see him against Robert all them Otto Wallin and all them guys there and see how he fares against some of them bigger heavyweights or a bit more hungrier. Filip Kojovic and them guys there, and even the Nigerian goal, I if
Jabba.
Yeah, all them guys. You want to see him against all them guys, but you kind of favor him. But with
you do favor Joshua because
everyone's invested in the AJ business. I see how AJ's going. AJ's trainer, what's going? Because remember, AJ's texting this person. AJ, bro, no one knows what Usyk ate for dinner. That I made a joke with you, Dan. I was actually making a joke. No one knows who his trainer is. No one knows what he thinks. No one knows what he does. No one knows nothing of the man's a ghost, bro. PMC, go ahead, PMC, talk on it.
Yo, I think it was Mo Boxing said AJ was holding back in the successful moments. Yeah, he was holding back, man. He was holding back. I was like, man, he was scared to let his hands go, and we seen that in the Joseph Parker fight. He's scared to let his right.
Maybe he's afraid to counters. That's probably why.
Yeah, he afraid of counters and stuff like that. That's right on the money.
Yeah.
He afraid of what's coming back at him, man. He don't want to be hit.
Yeah.
At all. You know what I'm saying? He don't take no risk and stuff like that. I'm telling you, man, he needs somebody to stand in front of him to let him pop off mid-range, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say, though. That's a good point because Joshua's better. He's more effective with guys standing in front of him and trading with him. That's when he's very effective. Yeah. We've seen the Joseph Parker fight. You got to your point, PNC. That was the blueprint. To beat Joshua, you got to give him angles. You cannot stand in front of him and trade with him. You got to give him angles. You got to throw punches in positions or angles that he can't see coming. And that's what he does. It's like whenever he whatever he set his feet, when he plants his feet and he's ready to throw a power punch, that's when he's vulnerable. That's where you have to beat him to the punch. And then once you catch him, then he resets again. That's what he does. It's like, dude, it's like when he gets hit, that I'll give him credit. He didn't react too badly in the fight Saturday when he gets hit. But still, the problem is that when he gets hit, he's forced to reset again. That's the problem.
Yeah, and
I ain't
on
seen
the
none. I ain't
mix.
seen none of that. I ain't seen none of
Look,
that. I
man,
just saw.
on the
I
mix.
saw bullshit. I saw a bullshit game plan. That's what I saw. I saw a bullshit game plan by a bullshit trainer. Angel Fernandez. That wasn't Robert Garcia.
On the mix.
I'm not gonna blame Robert for that bullshit. That wasn't Robert Garcia because everyone see Robert with Marcus Madonna and all the Mexican fighters. Even Mikey. Mikey was busy, right?
Yeah.
Never seen none of Robert Garcia's fighters act that way. So I won't
What,
not.
what
I
about
can't
the
see.
high guard? What
Dude,
about
man,
Nah,
what about
man,
that?
no. Robert's fighters don't fight. Angel,
his
listen.
training is
Listen.
terrible.
Mr. Bashir showed me, that
Yeah.
when he was in the camp,
Mhm.
Angel took over the sparring. Angel was the main guy, and that's how he fought. And Angel has only got amateur background. He was put in there, and this is do you know how Angel actually got into the camp? I'll tell you how he got into the camp. He hit AJ up in the age. He got AJ's number. Right, and hit him up and said, "I can do pads with you when you come to London," because
Right.
AJ goes to Sheffield. So
Right.
AJ goes, "Cool." So AJ likes padding. That's how he got in. That's how he got in. It's like how and it's like anyone can get into AJ's camp. So you get in there, and all of a sudden he's there telling. This is why Ron McCracken said, "Loud this shit." Right? AJ's
Mhm.
brought all these other people on, and he goes out and these other people, and that's what's confused him. And now his style it's not even like when he fought. It's not even like how he fought before. He doesn't fight any how he fought before. He fought like a bloody amateur, like literally trying to point score, flicking
Yeah.
his jab, trying to do what Usyk does. Like, and then he goes, "I'm learning new things," and I was like, "Bruv, that's not you. Be who you've been. You've been a
Right.
wrecking ball. Be that." And then I'm not gonna take that with Usyk. He came in with how he was, but my whole thing is this: if you don't want to put the money out, spend the money out on decent trainers. And that's what you get. He's wilding out, and nothing as well. They told him he was winning the fight. Now, I blame Robert for that. And I actually call Robert on my Facebook to see how it is. He ain't picking up the phone now. I understand why.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear from him for a while, so give
Nah,
him
yeah,
about a
yeah,
week or two. Give him about
yeah,
a week
yeah,
or two.
yeah. But Robert will tell you. I go, Robert, like, did you leave your imprint, your fingerprint on the fight? And I can only category that wasn't Robert Garcia's fighters. No way. There's no
Yeah.
way. Because usually they're guys ready to go in there, they're ready to die. So I have to take the blame on Angel. And also, if you look at it, who was the main guy in the ring talking to
Give it.
AJ?
Yeah, giving instructions. That was Angel Fernandez is giving
All right.
instructions.
So now you got an amateur trainer training a so-called fighter and being cheap. So you don't have to pay him 10%. You pay him 5%. Well, 5% of 40 million is quite a lot, right?
Yeah.
Your amateur trainer, you bring in, and then he brings in amateur sparring, AJ sparring amateur in a place where you don't have to pay for, and and your training session has to start from 12 and has to finish at 4, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Bishop went over there and said this was all wrong. You need to pay. You need to spend. Lennox Lewis should spend at least about $2,000 on the training camps
Right.
in Big Bear or wherever he goes. Big camp where you bring sparring partner and they live with you. They live.
Right.
It's a living thing, right? That's
Yeah,
how
it's kind of like a holiday. You go on a holiday, you're on vacation for.
yeah. When you go to Loughborough, they've got like spaces where the fighters and the sparring partners can sleep at. They have
Right.
that. They do have that in Loughborough. But the training you have to do it at certain times and this, that, the other because of the university, right?
Right.
But when you have a training camp, you're supposed to start. Mr. Bashir said when you're doing a training camp, because he's been there with Vladimir, you're supposed to start at 9. The reason why you start at 9 is because the air's fresher, right? The air is different because most humans are not up around 9, 8 in the morning. So there's not many. But when you're around 12, all the rest of the humans are sucking up the air. It's warm.
Right.
So then another thing, and Mr. Bashir pointed out another thing, as you see in the WhatsApp group, where PMC should have been coming. Mr. Bashir pointed out, right, that when he's in the corner, AJ's arms are on the ropes. Everyone knows in boxing that when you're in the corner, your arms are supposed to be down by your side or in your lap, in between your lap, where you're supposed to be resting. So you let your arm, let the blood through. So AJ wasn't getting full recovery in the corner. And these are the little things that a professional trainer who's there. When Mr. Bashir went over, the first thing he said is like, we need to talk about money before I think about even training you or telling you what to do. Now he gave him tips about I want to bring lighter guys in to replicate Usyk's speed. But
Right.
the rest of the game plan wasn't thing. Angel must have been there writing down instructions, but he didn't fill it out. So my whole thing is AJ got what he bought. Congratulations to Usyk. There's no credit away. And it comes down to, this whole thing of you crying and thing because your camp will tell you did the right thing. And AJ doesn't take responsibility in terms
Yeah.
of, because when it came down to it, you're the one who has to make the decisions. You're the one in the ring losing the plot. And if you so-called got security, why are you pushing your security off like they're nothing? The security, if bruv, they should have got you away from the mic, bruv. But
Yeah.
that's what made it even better, though. So made it even better. Go ahead, PMC. Go ahead, random man.
Yeah,
PMC.
yeah. I mean, those are excellent points. You reap what you sow. You get what you pay for. Let's put it that way. Whatever you invest into whatever you invest into, those are the results you're going to get from that investment. So, look, like I said, though, the brother did what he could. I maintain my position on it. I think he could have done no more than what he did Saturday night. It was an admirable performance. He came up short. But it is what it is. But where does he go from here? I know there's talk. I think it was he or some representative put out a statement that he will be back in November or December. I think it's a bad idea. I don't think he should be going back into the ring that soon. I think he needs some time off, get his mind right, and that way he can properly assess where he can move his career. So I don't think he should be back in November or December, and stay off social media for a while. You don't need to be engaged with anybody at that point.
Nah, I think all that's very current. I think you need to stay current. I think good press or bad press is good. You see how Mo Boxing scored it. I scored it the same. Now, PMC, you want to add on this because I want to play a clip from this guy called Simon Jordan. Yeah, he's from UK.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I want to play that clip. PMC, you want to say anything? You want to add to anything I said there about Usyk and boring? I think he's boring out. I think he's boring as hell. Go ahead.
No, I think Usyk is solid, but
you like him?
yeah.
You don't think he's boring, no?
I mean, he is what he is, man. So I just being that he's smaller or whatever like that, I enjoy the boxing. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm interested in how someone's gonna beat him. You know what I'm saying? So
How you think someone could beat him?
It's like Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward did something different every fight to me.
Yeah,
So
that's
why I like. That's why I like.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
It's funny
necessarily
about
like
that.
Andre,
Yeah,
but I liked his boxing, so I
yeah.
respect that. Because he did something different every fight.
Yeah, it kind
So
of reminded me of Andre Ward. Good thing you brought him up because it's funny because Andre fought a different fight every fight. It's like he would just fight. He was fighting if punching awkward angles. It's just like Usyk. Not saying he's slicker than Usyk, but he was quick. He was defensively
great
good.
defense. Yeah.
Yeah, defense was on par. It's like God damn. It's like he was quick to the punches. Reflexes was
Yep.
unbelievable.
Yep.
And it's like God damn it. When you hit Andre, when you hurt him, he
Mhm.
recovers very quickly, kind of like
Mhm.
Usyk. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like when Kovalev hurt him in that third round. I know Andre, it took him about a few like 20 seconds to recover, but he got back to work like nothing happened at all. I'm like, what?
Yeah, man. You know what's
So
really crazy? Looking at this picture, the screenshot. EJ got. He's wearing the flag. He's wearing the UK, the Ukrainian flag. Like,
Yeah,
did he
bro.
take that from Usyk too?
Yeah, Usyk ripped that off him quick. You see the face. Look at the face in the background. They're like, yo, he's got the flag of freedom on his shirt. It's like, yo,
yeah, I know. Usyk went over there and he was like, no, man, I'm talking. And he's like, no, I want my flag. He said, okay, sorry, here it is.
I want my flag back, bro. I want my flag back. Nah,
Yeah,
listen,
but
Usyk ain't
the
no
thing
bloody
is,
OJ Woods. I don't give a shit
to
about that. He
me,
boring as hell. Go ahead,
to me,
PMC.
Anthony Joshua, either he gotta decide, you know, his identity, man. So it's gonna be an
Yeah,
explosive fighter, inside counter puncher and stuff like that. We seen he's great on the inside, man. He's great
Yeah,
on the
he's a good
inside
inside
with
fighter.
that
yeah. It's it.
combination that he throws.
Thank you. See, he
The
beat.
left hook with the uppercut, man. He's great on
Uh-huh.
the
And you see
inside.
exactly exactly. He has to be who
But
he been. He hasn't been that. But
right, but the thing
Usyk,
is,
maybe. Go
he got
ahead,
to work on his explosion, man. So I think he got to either get with Adam Bush or
man.
Gene
Mister Bish,
Pascal.
Mister.
He needs to learn how to be an explosive fighter. If he don't have the stamina, he got to be an ambush fighter, and they fight in spurts.
Yes.
But he needs to learn how to cut off the ring,
Cut
and
off
when
the
he's
ring.
ready to
Yeah.
engage,
Yeah.
he's got to explode.
Yeah, stop
You gotta
watching him. Stop
close.
watching him. Stop watching
Mm-hmm.
him. And that's what Mr. Bashir was talking about. The
Right.
outburst, yeah, was uncalled. Yeah, the outburst was
But then he
uncalled for,
never
but it was
disengaged. He
gonna
kept
be.
following Usyk. He never lured Usyk in or anything like that, man.
Okay.
Never took rest when he
Who
needed to take
disrespected his
rest.
father? Was he saying the outburst was uncalled for? But
It was Joshua who disrespected his father because when he was when he's leaving the ring, his father was trying to grab his arm. It's like calm down. He's like, get the fuck off me. That was his dad.
what you? I don't know if he did. I know he didn't say that. Like we couldn't
No,
tell you.
wait. Well, he said get off me.
That was he didn't say that. Derek Shaw was the one on the apron. His dad was at the ring when it was a ring walk, and he pushed everyone off. He didn't say
Yeah, it was his
anything.
dad. It was dad.
Yeah,
It was on the inside of the
yeah,
ring. He was on the he was at the ringside.
yeah. I know. But I'm saying if you looked at when he was walking down the ramp, it was his dad. There's a picture of his dad was there trying to talk to him, right? And he pushed off all of them and walked back to the ring. He says, "Nah, I'm not having it." But what I'm saying about AJ is like, this stuff is to me. This stuff is all good. Like he ain't like because the thing is, yeah, everyone say he took the spotlight away from Usyk, but Usyk wasn't saying anything special anyway. I don't care what he said. Like I can't even remember what the man says. I don't even remember what the man says in the presser. In fact, I didn't even. The press conference was so dry. I never watched it. This stuff was good. It ain't good in terms of Anthony Joshua's brand of what he's trying to portray, but it's good for it. It's like another chapter. What's this man? It's like Wilder. When Wilder starts saying the referee was drunk, and Mark Breland drugged me and stuff like that. Listen, bro, that kept Wilder's name in the press for the longest. So this is the good press
Yeah,
or bad
everybody
press.
want to see him come back now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we want to see what madness Wilder gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, listen, negativity sells, positivity sells. The Usyk is just, yeah, he great. He great. I gotta admit, when I watch it, I was like, yo, that guy got good defense, right? Good defense because he made AJ thing. Was AJ at his best? Could AJ done better? Yeah, he could, but he didn't. And Usyk beat what was in front of him.
Does Usyk even speak
Congratulations.
English?
Nah, he speaks a bit English, but ain't no one
Mm.
care. Listen, I'm not invested in Usyk business. Like Dan the man lying and saying he's exciting. I'm invested in AJ. AJ is what it is, bro. AJ and Wilder and anything exciting. I'm not sitting now watching Usyk fight with Dan. Dan sitting there with a bunch of popcorn and shit. I ain't doing that. Let's hear what the UK saying. So you guys firsthand, Dan told it already. So PMC, you're gonna give your take on what Simon Jordan is, the hater of AJ, is going to say. Let's see what he has to say.
And Simon, and we all watched, wondering what we were watching.
Yep.
I mean, I was thinking, well, big words from Joshua, but what does it really mean? I mean, why did he do it? Have you now come to terms with the fact, A, that he did it, and B, maybe the reasons that he did it?
Well, I think first and foremost, you've got to commend him for taking this fight, because a lot of people might not have taken this fight. I think there's an element of bravery taking the fight, but I think also perhaps he was forced into it because his credibility had been so diminished. So you've got to put that out there. I also think going back
for taking the fight, he took the fight because he thought he would win
he
it.
took the fight against a fighter that most people thought was going to lose against, and it was beaten so badly in the first fight that a lot of people would have ducked this fight, had a build-up fight, got some more dough, and then gone back in at a later stage and maybe fought a different route.
He got schooled again.
He got schooled again, but
Usyk was never going to knock him out, was he?
But the point I'm making, well, Usyk nearly knocked him out in the first fight and had the ability to probably do it in this fight as well. I think it's a combination of exasperation meeting entitlement, and by that I mean he's exasperated and frustrated by the fact that he could not better this guy, and ultimately he has a sense of entitlement because he's been led to believe that somehow or another he's something that he's not. I keep hearing this narrative that Anthony Joshua rebuilt British boxing and that Anthony Joshua is responsible for the increase in British boxing. Well, I'm sorry, they put 90,000 fans in against Froch Groves before Anthony Joshua was ever doing stadium fights. So that's nonsense and diminishes other fighters. You then look at the scorecards and look at this fight and all of its nuances and peculiarities. That was not a split decision. That was a split decision because somehow it validates the next chapter of Anthony Joshua on DAZN, where someone can monetize him there because he was beaten convincingly by Usyk. Usyk was the better fighter. Then you go into the post-fight rants about what he's entitled to, how he views the world, and why he needs to handle a Ukraine flag and virtue signal on the back of that. And think to yourself, what's the purpose of this? Why do you need to do that? That's a sense of entitlement. And then you go to the fourth stage of the situation, which is the post-match conference, when the pound hound, Eddie Hearn, has got on his ear and gone, hang on a second, you've just killing this golden goose here. We need to see a bit of contrition. Let's see a little bit of pullback from this. So we see a very emotional Joshua, which I believe is contrived. And then we see a set of tweets.
Contrived?
I believe there's embarrassment behind it, and I believe there's humiliation, but there's also a tacit awareness of the ridiculousness of the outburst. But here's the other side of the equation that we can't speak to, that Graham can speak to, and elite athletes can speak to. What is it like to be in such a situation where there's so much expectation, And by the way, when he talks about respect, he doesn't want respect. He wants fawning deference. If he wants to find out what his respect is, go down to his ATM and look at the 40 million quid that he earned from his fight. There's your respect, pal. Right? But the bottom line is that the challenge that these guys go through that puts them in a moment where they are lost and they lose perspective. It's like Graham suggesting a football manager reacts in a certain way after losing a football match. I don't think there is a need to tear this guy to pieces because of a ridiculous outburst. But there is also to get some context on what Anthony Joshua is and isn't. Whilst, he sits in this country and makes observation about the discrimination of this country, while sitting with a broadcaster that goes and they indoctrinate us every week about discrimination, whilst broadcasting from a country that arguably has some of the biggest discrimination in its society. There's so much hypocrisy surrounding this fight. Anthony Joshua now is at a crossroads because I don't see him fighting for a world title again for at least 2 years.
Well, we're talking.
All right, so PMC, what's your take on what you just heard there?
I agree with everything he said. I told you it was a sense of entitlement. That's where he at. Everybody see it, bro. That's what it is. He's like you said, he's led to believe that he's bigger than what he is. He's been protected. I had to say he's been groomed and protected, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you believe that he was fake?
The
Do you believe
Olympics, they said
Go
a lot of people say he lost the Olympics, the gold medal. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? They say he shouldn't have won that.
Do you believe
You
that
know
he
what
was
I'm
fake? Do you believe that he was fake? Fake on the press conference when he started crying. He said that was made up to make people feel sorry for
I
himself.
didn't see no tears. I didn't see any tears.
Yeah, he was
All he
crying.
did was put.
Yeah, he was crying.
All I saw was him put his head down. That was it.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good way. Well, we assumed it was crying underneath that.
Yeah, you assume, but like I say, yeah, I told you everything about him is contrite, man. It's the whole image and everything. I told you, man. It's phony, bro. You know what I'm saying? The dude phony to me.
Oh
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
All right.
The whole image and everything, I think is phony. The whole nice guy image thing is phony. I told you, like you said, he's from the streets and everything like that, and he got a little bit of nastiness in him, but he keeps going trying to sell that nice guy thing, and I don't think
Wow.
he is. I really don't think he is.
Right, you just laid the smackdown. Dan the man. Comments on what you heard.
Well, I would like to say that Simon Jordan's a bit harsh, but that's his character. He's overly aggressive. Whenever he has an opinion, it's strong. I mean, that's the way he is. Very antagonizing in some cases, but it is who he is. I mean, he used to be a former owner of a football club called Crystal Palace, so I don't know. Maybe he's not too happy about the fact that he's been relegated to a talk host position. I don't know. But anyways, I'm saying too much, but I digress. But anyways. Look, he makes some valid points about this, about Joshua being, way his career is being moved. Now, him going after his, he did take a shot at his resume, given the he did say that, Joshua, the reason why he's successful because he's beaten men who are at the end of their careers, like Vladimir Klitschko, the Povetkins, and who else, and a paper champion, and Charles Martin, this, that, and the third. I get all that. But at the same time, those guys were still highly ranked. I mean, they were better than the names that Wilder fought at the time. So we got to put that into proper context. So at the end of the day, in fact, they're better than most of the names that Fury beat. So again, context is what matters. So I think he was a little bit harsh with his criticism, but at the end of the day, he does make some valid points about Anthony Joshua. So I guess what he was getting at is that he made that whole rant about himself rather than Usyk, who was the guy who deserved the victory. The show that should have been his victory dance, and Joshua stole that away from him selfishly, and he shouldn't have done that. So
I don't think he stole it away from Usyk because Usyk wasn't saying anything anyway. I don't want to hear none of his bullshit anyway. Let me tell you this, right?
You gotta think about this.
Yeah,
Everybody came there to see Joshua, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Hey, what's up, Lisa Ball? How you doing? Now, let me put this like this. That Simon guy is a thingy hater. I don't know how much boxing he watched, right?
Well, he's a Tyson Fury fan. He's a Tyson Fury fan, so we don't know.
I don't know whether he is or not, right? I don't know. AJ is UK boxing, right? When George Groves and Carl Froch sold out the thing, and it was that's between Eddie Hearn and that was doing Carl Froch doing his stuff when he was on the world scene, right? So the George Groves fight, the first fight never done anything. That was a small. The second fight, because of Sky Sports, they made it into a fight where a lot of people wanted to see it. But let me tell you something with AJ. AJ is current. AJ is pop culture. AJ is the type of guy that YG, put yourself on mute for a second, YG. I got some background. Yeah, nice one, YG. AJ is the type of guy that girls, families, people in the UK will sit down and will pay their money or go and see AJ because he's visible. You look at AJ, he looks good to look at. He's well spoken, he's well nice, and you want to be around him. AJ is the face of the UK boxing scene. It's just the way it is, whether they like it or not. AJ's 6'6", good looking guy, well spoken, knows how to be talked around. You can bring him around anyone. He's well marketable and everything. And because of that, and Dan, I talked to you about after when AJ loses, the money AJ loses after the fight, people still want to see him. And I'm trying to say the rant he did after, he hasn't really hurt him in my eyes. So the people who hate him, and there's a lot of them, if you see the comments of on the Sky Sports thing, AJ rant, the comments, he's disgusting, he's a disgrace. So that means you're paying now to see him lose.
Well, yeah, that's an excellent point. I even said this too. I just said that, you know what, it doesn't really hurt his marketability. It just now makes him a heel. People are going to watch him lose, like Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather.
He's not a heel. He's not a heel yet. He's still not a heel. That he's not.
Well, he may get there eventually.
Nah, the only heel out here. No, wait. Tyson Fury is a born heel. Tyson Fury is a heel. Wilder is a heel. Some people can't stand Wilder. They want to see Wilder get smacked up. AJ is one of them ones that's like, he's like, have you ever seen Universal Soldier?
Yeah, I've seen that. Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. AJ short-circuited. The script didn't go the way people think. But the thing is, this thing showing this side of him, I don't think it hurt. I don't think it's hurting. But anyway, let me bring YG in there. What all YG's gonna talk about is EJ. I picked Usyk. I told you.
You know, YG's gonna take his victory lap.
That's what YG's on. Hey, come in, YG. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, EJ? Yo, what's going on, Dan? What's going on, PMC?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, people?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Nah, say go ahead. Nah, I'm just saying that the rant and some of the comments of what people were saying, that happens when you promote yourself as a goody two shoes and all the stuff like how you was just saying how he is. When you pitch yourself in that light and then you have a bad out in public like that, this is what happens. Because more than anything, he could be our hero, but more than anything, what people like to do is tear a hero down. So that comes along with it. Like how you saying there's people in the comments saying all of that stuff, because a lot of those people in the comments were saying, yo, he's not how you portraying him. Like how you say, yo, he's a good guy and all of that. But as soon as he lost, the first thing he said is, yo, I'm from off the road. Meaning that, yo, I'm from the streets, but look where I'm at now.
I don't think he was saying that though. I think he was trying to make people sympathize with him and trying to get people on board and stuff. And I think he was trying to deal with the process that he lost, because Robert and the Angel, they told him he was winning the fight.
Look, man, when he lost to Andrew Weeds, it was all downhill from there, man.
I don't know about that.
He should have took look, man, he should have took that Wilder fight, bro.
I agree. I said
he
the
should
same
have
thing.
took that Wilder fight, and then I heard one guy on the YouTube channel talking about he was glad he lost because he thinks Anthony Joshua is a racist.
Yeah, they can talk. Everyone's gonna talk reckless. But why do you?
No, they said he was racist. Not reckless. He was racist. Like
but I've heard but
shop at black businesses and stuff like that. And you remember he said some stuff like
he said black people should invest.
Are supreme or something like that.
He said that to Eddie Chambers or something like that. Eddie Chambers.
We don't know he said that. That was in his account. We didn't see him say it. That's someone that anyone could have typed in his account. We don't know he said that, man.
True.
We don't know he said that. We don't know. But what I'm saying is
that's how some people feel.
No, but the thing is, I told you, like, if you listen to the fans of Thingy, they're talking reckless. I mean, if I pull up some of the comments they're saying on underneath the video, bruv, disgrace, he's an embarrassment. But these are the same people. They'll say this on the YouTube video, but they'll be going up to AJ taking a picture the next day.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like it's funny though you mentioned that, because Deontay Wilder kind of received that treatment too when he went over to Ireland, right? For the Tyson Fury, Carl Frampton fight. He went over there. You can say people hate him in the UK and Ireland, but when he went over there, everybody bobbed him and wanted to have a picture with him. I'm like,
Bruh.
what?
Yes. And when Wilder came over to London for the AJ Klitschko fight, everyone was up. It's only Tony Bellew who tried to act the fool, and then Wilder's people were gonna done him, but the cameras are on. They were gonna punch up Tony Bellew, and he knew it. He knew it, bro, because see what Eddie Hearn. He got a lot of AJ protectors, right? And people trying to look out for AJ and stuff like that. But see, trying to protect someone, all you do is hurt someone. Have you ever got into a fight with someone and someone jumped in and beat the guy up that you was fighting? Well, what did you learn from that? He's like, right, someone saved me. Yeah, they saved you. But bro, that doesn't mean you can beat that guy. I mean, if you fought that guy, you might lose, but you'll learn from losing. And AJ, in effect, that's what's happened. People trying to protect him, you're hurting him. Now, let's go to the comments of Spencer Oliver. When he said, AJ, you was winning the fight, it was even 10-10. Like these are the people in AJ's ear, like blowing him up and blowing smoke up him. And that you don't need it. You need people telling you the truth, man. You know what I mean? You're down on the scorecards. You need a knockout. You need to cut the ring off on this guy. And you start thinking, I think it was only round 8, where that was AJ's best round against Usyk. And then all of a sudden, what's this narrative that Usyk's pound for pound? Like, where did that come from, bruv? He's pound for pound number 1. Where did that come from? Because the other day they weren't talking that now, because they were trying to say if AJ beat him, he beat the pound for pound number 1. Like that, they weren't saying. And that's the other day. Eddie Hearn was saying Canelo was pound for pound number 1. Now he's Usyk. This guy is, I'm telling you, the propaganda.
Yeah, he well, that's the thing about Eddie. He contradicts himself a lot. Not much like Tyson Fury, but even though he admits to his own admission that he's a contradictory type of guy, but he's going to do what he can to sell his fighters. But what's sad about this is that all his top earning fighters are taking consecutive losses. Canelo, AJ twice, Dillian White. So, man, Matchroom is having some tough times right now, man. These guys need to get back on track and start winning. Canelo, seriously. Canelo hopefully can bail them out on September next month. So we'll see how that plays out.
As long as he stays away from Eddie Hearn. YG, go ahead, YG, because you was talking. I'm sorry if I cut you off. Go ahead, YG.
Nah, he definitely like those people definitely wasn't telling him the right thing, but the Eddie thing, what Eddie was trying to say was that, Usyk cleaned out the cruiserweight division. He moved up and he beat the people that he beat at heavyweight. And what Eddie knows too is he wasn't even trying to market Usyk right when he had him. He was putting him in bad fights to not make him look good. Yes. He know what he was doing when he had Usyk too. So like that's what makes him say like, yo, this guy's the best, because he knew he know right now, like, damn, he let that one slip out his hands because he had Usyk, but what he didn't want to do is he didn't want to pit Usyk and AJ in the ring because he knew. The same thing with the whole Wilder thing. Like, people that's close to Eddie was telling him like, yo, you cannot pit AJ in the ring with Wilder to get him knocked out. That's the money train. Why do you think them guys turned down $50 million or whatever else they offered?
Well, let me just say this.
He did that with Shannon Briggs. He did that with Shannon Briggs and Luis Ortiz.
He knew, like, yeah, we turning down 50, but in between that time, look at the fights that AJ's had. They done made that money twice over.
Yeah, can I add in something to that? Look, I'm gonna maintain my position. I think both guys turned down lucrative offers against each other. They both did. So in reality, they both are responsible for why that fight happened. Even AJ said it himself that you got to blame both parties for why me and Wilder didn't fight. Those are his words, not mine. So, but my point is going back to what the Usyk, going back to the point I should say, how Usyk was handled by Matchroom when he first signed the deal with them. Yeah, I agree. I think he was put in those certain fights to look bad, because this is exactly what Eddie Hearn did with Luis Ortiz. When Luis Ortiz was climbing up the rankings to be the mandatory challenger to one of Joshua's belts, he purposely put these guys in fights that he knew that their styles were not going to mesh. They were going to look bad. So that way, the general public would believe, you know what? He's not worthy of a Joshua fight. We don't want to see it. I think that's what he was trying to do to Usyk, especially when Usyk was becoming the WBO mandatory challenger. Eddie Hearn did what he could to try to avoid that fight. We know he did. That's why he was so adamant to get that Fury fight done. Yeah, it's admirable because it's an undisputed fight. But in actuality, he didn't want Joshua to fight Usyk. He did not want that fight. But credit to Joshua, he took the fight anyway. But now looking back at that, they're probably wishing that, you know what, we should have never took that Usyk fight. They're regretting it now. They should never taken that fight.
Listen, my man Mo Boxing said Usyk's not marketable. Now, in terms of pay-per-view buys, ain't no one paying apart from Dan the Man and a couple of Ukrainians paying money on pay-per-view to think. Now, Usyk's got bidding rights now. He's almost there. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's goal to be undisputed champion. Now that's his goal right now. So he's almost there now. So I think he needs to put either side with ESPN. I don't know if Bob Byron wants to sign him because Bob Byron had a Lomachenko. That guy didn't sell nothing. He put him all over the place. That guy don't sell no tickets. And see, someone like Usyk, yeah, the way they fight, that shit don't sell. You know what I mean? That's so you can call all the adjectives you love. When I watch him as heavyweight boxers, I want to see knockouts, bro. That's the way he is. I want to see knockouts. I understand all that stuff there. Nuances, like it was interesting to see how his defense was, and he's extremely fit. Usyk is extremely fit. AJ was very cautious, but the fight itself never lived up to it. You're right. I would have given credit either way. Look, if people said that AJ beat when he lost against, or when he beat what's his name again, Ruiz, in the second fight, they said that was boring. Now I thought that was okay because he did enough what he needed to win. Right, but AJ's mainly been sold on knocking guys out. That's his thing. Usyk is just winning. He's just known as a winner. He's an all winner. You know what I mean? And he's doing that. So their paths across. Now the big fight's going. What's AJ? AJ can go there. Is AJ still marketable? Is AJ still pay-per-view box office? Do people want to stay? And I say, yeah, probably. People can he do a stadium now? No. I'm not sure about that. But listen. Now, if we're talking about like YG said and PMC said, if we're talking about the Wilder fight, right? Wilder beats Helenius and Fury vacates the belt. They make Wilder fight for the vacant belt. AJ Wilder vacant WBC belt. That's a stadium.
Is AJ even ranked in the WBC?
Don't need to be. The Fury wasn't ranked in the WBC. Wilder called him up. Like I'm just saying, the WBC want to make money. Remember, this is about money, right?
That's true. They can put him in there if they want to.
Remember, it's about champions. So if Eddie Hearn writes the WBC and say, we want to fight for the vacant belt, and they're gonna look at like he ain't gonna say no. He's gonna say, yeah, we're gonna have that in London Stadium. They will sell out for the WBC belt, right? So AJ's right back in the picture against Wilder, the fight that we wanted to see from day against Wilder, and they're both fighting for the big marbles to get back into the picture. But Fury is there playing footsie now. Now let's answer the question: is that bitch ass gonna vacate the belt, or is he gonna hold on to that belt and fight Usyk? All right, let me start with YG first. Dan, I'll make my way down to you because I know Dan, you got a long silicoid on that one. YG, why? Because that's YG's year of the traveler. YG, what do you reckon? Fury hold on the belt, or he's gonna let it go? What do you reckon?
I think they're gonna negotiate to
put your lips on the mic, man. Put your lips on the mic, man. Speak up. Go ahead.
Well, I think they're gonna negotiate to make that fight happen.
So you think Fury's gonna hold on to the WBC belt, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna win all the titles.
You're damn right, but because there's a lot of money on the line. Nice one. PMC, go ahead.
Yeah, that's if they can find the money, So Eddie Hearn been getting all his money from the Saudis, to pay Anthony Joshua. So I mean, that's what 3 fights in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if Frank Warren or Top Rank is gonna come up with that kind of money.
We've Top Rank no more.
Find the money.
Yeah, we've Top Rank no more. The contract finished.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm talking about? So
Frank Warren. He's with Frank Warren.
Usyk's free. Usyk's a free agent, right?
Yeah, he's a free agent. That's right.
So Tyson Fury is just still with Frank Warren, right? So how's Frank Warren gonna come up with that money? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he might partner with somebody. I have no idea.
Well, Fury just done a stadium fight with Dillian White, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I did it sell out? I mean, how did he do?
Yeah. So that I don't think it done record. They said it done numbers, but I don't. Yeah,
but he put up $40 million for that fight. That's with Dillian White. So how much money he gonna put up for this one?
Yeah, well, they might as well build on that. That's a good question. Usyk ain't selling it. Because it's undisputed.
So how much Usyk get? How much money did Usyk get in this fight?
He got 40 million
No, he
guaranteed, I
didn't.
believe.
What?
Yep, 40
No,
million.
he didn't. Huh?
Yeah, that's what it was reported. Each fighter split for the spot of $80 million.
Well, both of them got 40 million apiece.
Okay,
Yep.
so but who
Hell
put up the
no,
money?
brother. That guy,
Who
Usyk don't deserve
put
no
up the
40
money?
million.
Yeah, it was 50-50 split.
No,
It was the Saudis, right?
AJ carried the promotion. How the
I
fuck?
know, but
Yo,
it was
look,
a 50-50 split.
Yeah, well, because
That's
he had the
crazy, bruh.
belts. Usyk had the belts though.
Yeah,
who
but he,
hate
yeah, but he, yeah,
AJ?
but
How you
he,
gonna
yeah,
say
but he,
that man ain't worth?
that guy, listen, that guy can't sell anything.
Yo, man,
Man,
but the thing
How you
is,
gonna say
Usyk
that
had the
man ain't
belts.
worth the 40 million he earned?
Yeah, but the thing is, who's gonna put up the Saudis put up that money to have that fight there in
oh
Saudi
yeah,
Arabia or
they
wherever they
did.
had it.
Oh,
Yeah,
they'll put
So
it up. They'll put it
yeah,
up. They just
yeah,
want
yeah,
they
but would they do that for Tyson Fury with all his antics and stuff like that? Would they want to put up that kind of money to have
Yeah,
well,
him
I
to have
there?
mean,
the
maybe.
undisputed
Go ahead, Raji.
championship over there, they put that money up.
Yeah, they will. Because Tyson Fury has some bit of relationship with the Saudis because he's performed there once with the WWE. So he knows the environment and he knows some of the people there. And I will say, though, the Saudis, they do have a condition. If you want to stage an event there, particularly like boxing, they'll put up they'll give you the site fee money. But on their condition, they want the rights to the fight. So which means they want to sell it to the highest bidder of the broadcaster. You have to give them the rights so that way they can pay you.
I tell you
That's
what,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna put it like this: if AJ won that belt, if AJ won and Fury, they would get more money. Whatever money Fury's gonna get with Usyk, it would have been more with AJ. It would have been 20 more million with AJ. I know
Yeah.
that because AJ. This is what I'm talking about: a marketability. AJ ain't the most like impressive guy in the interview, but he carries a knockout percentage and a persona that most people see him as a giant. He's coming to clap you out. Usyk don't got that. He just very. I don't know what the guy's doing now. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about him. I don't know who his trainer is.
He's
See them guys in the
winning.
background. I don't know
Yo,
nothing about him.
man,
I don't know.
I think the only
He's
way they're gonna
winning.
get
That's
that
why
kind of money,
Man, hey, let
hey,
me ask
Well,
you a question.
check
Hey,
this
YG,
out.
let me ask you a question.
I
Would
think
you
the
say
only way they're
Usyk
gonna get
exciting
that
fighter,
kind of
YG?
money if
Okay,
they do a
very
double header.
PMC.
If they
yes,
do a
I
Okay.
say
double header.
Usyk's the second fighter.
What? Why do you
He,
say
he
that?
he doesn't go in there and throw one punch at a time and
So you're
top.
excited to watch him now? You're excited to sit down
He
and watch
doesn't
Usyk fight?
punch. He doesn't punch
I know what he does. I'm saying would you
and
sit
tie
down
up.
right
I
now?
know you, but you asked me a question. You gonna let me answer
Yeah, I
it?
did. Go
He doesn't throw one punch at a time. He throws combinations.
Yeah, I know he
He
does,
gives you
YG.
good movement.
He's
His
boring.
fights are not boring.
They are
I know.
boring.
I don't. That's why I don't understand why people feel his
Let
fights are boring, man.
me ask you a question. Let me
Yo,
ask
guys,
YG. YG,
what do you guys think?
go ahead,
What do you
PMC.
guys think of a double header with Usyk, Tyson versus, and then you have Anthony Joshua and
Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
Oh,
You
That's a
think
that's a
good.
that's gonna
die. That
That's a
I would
good.
love
That's a
that.
good card, bro. That's a good card, man.
That's a
that's a
damn
double
good
Card.
header,
That's
card.
a good
man?
card. That's a
Hell,
good
put
card. That's a great card.
I
yeah,
think
put
that's like
Herkovich and Joyce on that card
I
too.
think that's like
Herkovich
200
versus
million
Joe
right there. I think
Joyce.
that's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good card,
ain't.
man.
That sounds cool, but they ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's like a conflict of promotions right there. If you do that, that's like three
That that
promotions
that
involved.
that that and they feel like that's two pay-per-view nights right there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't think they
They,
do that though. But I think the Saudis
like
got that.
they
I don't think in Saudi Arabia, the Prince of Saudi Arabia and them guys there, they like AJ, man. AJ, see AJ grabbing the mic doing what he can do. What in the Saudi Arabia he can do that. I think if this was London, I think it would have went down even worse, bro. But
probably. But hey,
yeah,
can I get
yeah.
my thoughts on what Tyson Fury is going to do?
Go ahead,
Real
go ahead.
quickly. I'll be quick. I'm not going to give you a long
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Do your thing, man. Go
No,
ahead.
bro, I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be quick. But well, I did hear. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but Mauricio Suleiman actually gave an interview today. He said he's giving Tyson Fury till Friday to make up the decision on the WBC belt. But I have a feeling they're going to extend that line for him. But it is what it is. Me personally, I could be wrong, but I don't think Tyson Fury is going to take that fight. I don't believe he will, because now he's talking about, if you want me to fight Usyk, you better bring out your checkbook. So he's trying to price himself out to take that fight because he knows how risky it is. This is not Anthony Joshua, where he knows this is a style that suits him, that the guy's going to stand in front of him and he could pick him apart. No, he knows that. So he wants. I think he's pricing himself out because he knows the risk that Usyk brings. I'm not saying Usyk is a dangerous fighter. No. What I'm saying is that he's a very risky. He's a high risk in some cases. Not saying low reward, but
Tyson Fury gonna whip his ass, man. Get out of here, man.
okay. Well,
Like,
Fury's gonna whoop his ass. Why is he pricing? Wait, hold up. If Tyson Fury's gonna whoop his ass, why is he pricing himself out?
Nah, look, Dan. So let's look at this, right? They're
Mhm.
both they want undisputed, right?
Yeah.
The Saudi Arabians, they're the one who put the money. So when Usyk ain't even got a network, right? He's
Yeah.
supposed to be on BT Sports. Someone's gonna put up the money, man. You don't have to worry about that. That money's there. Like they done, like YG said, they put up 80 mil right there, and they got everyone watched that fight. They definitely got their money back on that. Now, if you're talking about undisputed fight, Usyk, they want to bring Usyk back over. He was good. People in Jeddah or wherever, they love Usyk, so he's already good. Tyson Fury's been over there as well. They're gonna put the money up. If no one wants it, the Saudis will do it again because their reputation across the world with being brutality, they'll put that back on the net. So so they're good. Don't worry. There's no pricing yourself out. You get what you negotiate. So if he's talking about negotiating, how much you willing to give me? So they're gonna say they start off at 40. Goes, bro, for undisputed, I need about 50. They say, all right, let's do 45. So this is all negotiable all up until the fight. So nah, man, I think he knows that he knows anywhere else he goes, he's not gonna get life-changing money for generation money. Like this is a once in a lifetime thing, to be that guy. And it's funny enough, Lennox Lewis fought Mike Tyson. It was in the same vein. Like that was the fight at the time where everyone wanted to see. So this is a fight that everyone wants to see. And I'm not worried about in terms of people putting the money. The weather is, will Tyson Fury take it? That's the thing. Will he? Because he's talking about. That's why he was talking about retirement. I'm retiring now. It's like, bruv, there's work to do, bruv. Like, what are you talking about? This is why AJ should have won in a way, or maybe not. I want Tyson Fury out of the business, bruv. He's bad for boxing. He's just bad, like, because he's just.
Yeah, well, you know what though? Here's the thing though. This is the reason why I'm not too confident about him taking the fight, because he ducked the undisputed fight with Usyk. That's what he did earlier this year. It was confirmed by Alexander Khrushchev and Eddie Hearn. They both said it. They said, yeah, we were ready to step aside, allow Usyk fight Fury for the undisputed championship, but Fury wanted to fucking get an interim fight. He didn't want to fight Usyk right away, so that's why that fell apart. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like, dude,
and you need to stop swearing, man. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't want the fight. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He needs to stop swearing. I agree with you.
All right, you're right. Let me control my mouth. It's a little foul. My bad.
He definitely doesn't want the fight. But the thing is, you can't avoid the money. You just, like Billy Joe Saunders. He didn't want to fight Canelo. He got forced into that. Oh, the ring's too small. We need to change the ring, the ring size and stuff, like making all the. See, Fury, you know why he's doing all this, Dan? Because the ass whipping, because he maybe think he's gonna get. I think Fury's gonna win, but maybe he doesn't believe he's gonna win. And then he's talking about his new trainer is gonna be that guy. Why
Isaac Lowe. You don't know. If you want to fight Usyk, you better not bring Isaac Lowe. No, do not.
Listen, that cracker, they'll bring Isaac Lowe. And because I don't even know who Usyk's trainer is. No, everyone says Lomachenko. Lomachenko. Listen. No one knows who Usyk's trainer is. That's a fool. That's a fact. No one knows he is. He ain't got no trainer. No, man. He ain't got, bro. He look in the background. Like you see that.
He was there. He was there training them.
The two guys in the background. They was in the corner. No, they wasn't. Lomachenko dad went in the corner, man. There's like 3 other guys in the corner. I don't know who they are. No one knows who Usyk is. The fact of the matter is he's winning. He's in great shape. Man's had like 300 fights altogether. Like, now he's got.
Well, he had 400 fights altogether. About 400.
For whatever, 300. He's got a lot of experience. So when you got that much experience, 35 years of age, there's not much left for him to do. And now he's on the verge of thing. If not, that fight doesn't happen. The number 1 contender, Filip Hovovich, he beats him. I don't see him struggling with that. Who's the other contender?
Joe Joyce, WBO.
Man, that's the fight I want to see, bro.
That's the rematch. I really want to see that rematch. I want to see what Joe Joyce could do. Because if you look at the WSB, Joe Joyce got beat up by Usyk. Usyk won every round in that fight.
Don't forget that, Joey. That was years ago. That like they got little gloves now. Like these are little gloves. The rounds are longer. He's got a better trainer. And because remember, it's amateur, so it's fast paced, right? 3-minute rounds. Or was it 4-minute round? I think it was 5 rounds actually, because it was
it's 5 rounds in 3 minutes. So that's the WSB.
In a style that is point scoring. So he had to start fast. Joe Joyce is a slow start. So in that vein, when you see them Joe Joyce the Juggernaut, like with them little gloves, she.
Yeah, he does hit hard though. He hits very hard.
Everyone's my man King KO said Zhang Zi got robbed. I don't think he got robbed. I think
No, he got robbed, bro. Did you see that fight?
So.
He got robbed. I didn't think Herkovich won that fight.
Yo, you got robbed, man.
You see that fight? I thought no.
I saw that fight.
Why? That wasn't a knockdown. That wasn't a knockdown. That wasn't a.
Yeah, it wasn't a knockdown. I agree with you on that. But if you look at the fight, especially in the mid and late rounds, Herkovich looked like he was sleepwalking. It's like, dude, his hands was down. He was always walking to the corner like he's fighting to get hit. I'm like, what is he doing?
He checked out like at the 8th or 9th round.
It seems like he was checking out.
I saw Zhang stop throwing punches in like 3 rounds. Like,
well, yeah, he tired too, but still at the same time, he won that fight though. He won the fight.
No, I didn't. I didn't think so. I think he pulled it out by 2 rounds. One of them scorecards are way wide, but I just think like it was a close fight. But I think he pulled it out.
Well, we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Well, flipping the goods, man.
It was a good fight though. It was a good heavyweight fight though, right? It was a good fight.
It was.
Like Zhang was durable, like Chinese guy. He's big.
Oh yeah, fun fact. You know, Anthony Joshua beat him in the amateurs.
It was entertaining because of Zhang.
Yeah.
Zhang. Yeah, I know. I watched the fight.
Zhang made the fight.
Yeah, Joshua beat Zhang in the amateurs.
Yeah, I know. And Joshua, Hergovich beat Zhang in the amateurs as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it was a good fight. I thought the undercard was okay. There was some good guys. You see that Ukraine guy, the tall one.
Which one?
The Ukraine guy. He started the card. It's like tall guy with ponytail. You see him? No one saw him. No one saw him. Now he was good.
Yeah, I don't see him.
It was a good fight. It was a good card. I thought the card was okay. It was
a pretty good card. It was a good card, but the scoring on that card was bad, horrible. Badu Jack and Popeye Rivera. You seen that one?
No. Rivera. Oh, you talking about Badu Jack?
Badu Jack won?
Yeah, no, Badu Jack won. That scoring was that Popeye. But I don't think that guy won either. That guy was slapping, man. I don't know. Badu Jack. I thought the fight was a draw. To be fair.
Yeah, but he didn't deserve that decision. I mean, he didn't deserve the decision. Hergovich didn't deserve the decision. Usyk almost got robbed on the cards. It was just a bad score.
Oh yeah, hey, let's talk about the split decision. So, like I said to Dan, anyone in the chat or anyone on the panel believes that the fight was a split decision? Go ahead. Anyone can comment on that.
I'll go first. No.
Anyone else? YG's PMC.
No, but I was expecting a robbery. That's what I was expecting.
Oh, you
so no.
Usyk the rugby. So you don't agree that there was a split decision. You believe Usyk
I wasn't surprised because I thought they were going to take it from Usyk.
Oh really? Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were close from doing it. They were close.
Yeah, because the fight was close enough. The fight was close enough.
See the fight. What I told you, the fight was close. I told you that. Yeah, Dan only gave AJ 3 rounds.
I mean, the visuals.
I told you that.
You see it.
Your scorecards are way out, bro. I told you.
Yeah. I was accused of that when the first fight, and then when people really looked at it, they agreed with me. It was 9-3. So come on,
bro. When I saw your scorecard, on the chat, I just like, bro, I don't know. I just left that. I didn't know what you took. YG, what do you reckon? It was a split decision, or you think it was unanimous? YG.
Nah, yeah. I mean, you see the thing about it, and that like boxing is subjective to what you like, because obviously we see all the time. I has 3 judges, and 9 times out of 10, 3 judges don't have the same cards, meaning people don't see the same thing. I don't know if it's the size of the ring they sit on, but when we all watch it on TV and still score the fight different. So that just reminds me all the time that boxing is an objective thing, basically. Like everybody is like what you like to see. So that's why I'm really not surprised to see the scorecards like that, because that's just how it is. When you judging it, is you judging on what you like or what that judge likes.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. That's a good point, man.
So you think it was a split decision? Yes or no?
Nah.
Okay.
I think Usyk won, but
see, I told you that. Ain't no one got in that. No, I got Usyk winning as well. Like, so ain't no problem, man. When I heard split, I was like, but I was like, but it's like, people upset about that. LDBC do it all the time. What P? What they do? What do they do?
Race baiting. Him and Mo. Shout out to Mo Boxing. They're going at it. Crypto. He said, "No, I'm not gonna point it out. I'm leaving it alone."
I'm gonna leave it alone.
But
But you know what? I'll be fair. I haven't really got a chance to watch the fight. I think I did. I watched it again. I'll watch it one more time. I might revise my score. I might bring it down to 8-4. More than likely, I'll go watch it again.
that's what happens when you box in that style, that move around and hit, and like good defense. There's going to be judges that's not going to give you the nod. Like that just happened. I don't know why it happened. I don't know. Maybe those judges that do that, they just don't like that style. So
Well, there were no effective punch. Well,
Look,
the thing is,
man,
the fight didn't have that
if
many. The fight didn't have that many effective punches. That's what I'm
if
saying.
Anthony
It was like
Joshua,
Usyk still fights amateurish. Like he's point scoring. He don't really fight with mean intent. And this is
What
what I'm
bad
trying to say.
intent? Yeah, he
yeah,
doesn't.
That's what I'm trying to say. And this is a professional
he would
game.
have won if Anthony Joshua had went to the body more, stuck to that game plan.
Man,
They
cut
would
the
have
ring
gave
off,
him the
man.
fight. Yeah, he would have. They would cut the ring off. They would have gave him the fight. It's like Lamont Peterson versus Danny Garcia. You remember that fight?
Yeah,
That game plan was legit, man. You know what I'm saying? He let Danny wear himself out a couple of rounds, but Lamont Peterson started off too late, man. We started
yeah, he
popping off.
did.
It was too late, but at the end of the 12th, everybody was like, "Yo, Lamont Peterson won that fight." When it came to that scorecard, it was like, "No," but everybody thought he won because of that game plan was this. It was nice, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
saw what he was doing, but he got started too late. He only started around like
Yeah,
six or
well,
seven.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
that's a good point, but I will say this though: when Joshua threw those body shots, majority of them were with intent, and that's a good thing. But what happens is that if the guy is still standing and it's not going anywhere, that's going to take a toll on you. That will wear you out, and we all know Joshua has conditioning issues. So I guess when he kept throwing those body shots with bad intent, and he threw many of them, it drained him a little bit.
No,
Along with
that's
the fact that he didn't get his gas in round
rubbish.
9.
Dan, you chatting rubbish. When he
That
threw
ain't
the
chat rubbish. It's the
Dan,
fact.
you are. Dan, you can't throw a body shot and be drained. When you land the shots in the boxing, you don't get drained from landing a shot. Now the problem is when he
Well,
threw his
yeah,
shot,
I was going. Well, if you let me finish, I was going to say that he was also missing a lot of shots too.
No. Usyk blocked the body shots, right? He got one in. He got one in behind the belt, and the referee said "bing," and then he tried to, and he never landed again because Usyk was blocking it with his arm. I saw
Yeah,
this is what his defense was sound. When Joshua realized he ain't landing, he's hitting Usyk's arm, right? And then Usyk turned away, turned out, and then he came back with his jab, and it's like, "Yo, bro, I'm throwing shots. I'm not hurting this guy," and it frustrated someone. I don't know if you guys have ever been in the ring, right? And you're hitting someone and all you're hitting is arms and shoulders. Look at Ricky Hatton. You know what that does to you? That drains you. So it weren't.
mentally. Yeah, mentally.
If
Yeah.
you're landing, you're hitting flesh and knocking them back. You kind of energize from it, right? And there was
Oh,
a point in
absolutely.
round eight, where Joshua was energized. But that was
But
it, man. That was
yeah,
that
but
Yeah,
was
like
the
no,
that
yeah,
was it.
yeah,
that
but
was
like what
that
YG
was round
said, like
9.
YG
that was round
said,
Round
9.
nine.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
a,
that
it's
was
a,
round
I
it's
9
thought it was
that
round
happened.
subjective.
eight.
You know what?
Like YG said, it's subjective, right? So it really didn't matter. It's what it's gonna look like to the judges. You know what I'm saying? It's
And
gonna look like he winning. So it don't matter whether he just hit him on the arm or not. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't matter. It
another thing
looked
too,
good.
I don't
You get what I'm
like.
saying?
I don't know how
yeah.
people. I think people be judging fights on. They don't judge it round by round. They judge by, well, you know what? He did better than he did better in round 3 than he did better in round 2. So I give him that round. When you supposed to judge the round,
Mhm.
you get what I'm saying? Like, so this is why this to me I be feeling like these scorecards be messed up because I think a lot of people judge rounds that way right there. Like, you know what?
Mhm.
Well, he slipped a couple more punches this round and he landed punches, so he won that round. When actually, like, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to look at to see what he did in round 2 and then judge in round 3. Like, you know what? He did better in round 3, so he won that round. No, because he even though he did better in round 2 than he did in round 3, he
Yeah.
didn't still land more punches in round 3. You get it? So that's why a lot of times when we be seeing scorecards and it be that way, because I think that's how a lot of people judge fights. And that's why the scorecard, then you go back and look at it, you be like, yo, how did you give this guy round 3 when he didn't even land no punches?
Yeah, but
Or
Yeah.
he didn't land the most punches.
yeah, but sometimes it's as if it's like if the it's like Laura. He a counter puncher, right? So let's just say it's 2 rounds go up to Laura, and you looking at it like, what is Lord doing different? If he ain't doing nothing different, he's doing the same old thing. And this guy's start popping off punches, getting to Laura and stuff like that. He starts hitting them. You probably gonna say like, oh man, he probably did win that third round because we see a difference. You know what I'm saying? We see a change. You know,
Yeah,
so you see a difference or a change. Like man, he probably won that round because this round he was able to land several punches, and Laura, he's still
yeah,
doing the pity pat jab, looking for a counter stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Looking for a counter.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's a good point. But let me ask the panel a question, if I may. Is this something I just never got across anybody? I've searched many channels, but it never got across anybody's mind. Since some of you are arguing there was a close fight, even though Usyk deserved the decision, right? Does any of you want to see the third fight between Joshua and Usyk?
What? Hell no. Get out of here.
Nah,
no,
yeah, I'm good.
Hell no, man.
no.
No way, man.
Well,
Unless,
why not? You
unless,
said it was a close fight.
No,
unless.
no, 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 no. The
Nah,
right, no,
Joshua
no, no. You
came
just,
get.
you know what I'm saying. We say it's a close fight, but Usyk deserved to win, right?
Right.
So that was it. Like it was a close fight in terms of what it was. Close fight compared to how it was the last fight. But the
Yeah.
right man won, and that's it. No, you know we're trying to see no third fight of that, man. That
You
was
ain't gonna
boring,
see
man.
nothing
I don't want to
different.
watch that shit. The
Yeah,
shit.
I agree with
You know what?
PNC.
I
Yo,
don't want to
but
like. Go ahead, PMC.
see, I mean, it's gonna be the same. It wasn't no knockdowns, no nothing. There's nothing
No,
that warrants you want to see another one. It's like so. But I'm pretty sure people want to see Tyson Fury Wilder 4
I know. That's a good
because
no,
point.
because
what? No, they don't. No, they
because there's
don't. Nah,
knockdowns.
nah,
You know,
nah, nah, no, they
they
don't.
want
You,
Wilder to build up again, but they know for sure Wilder can knock him down.
nah,
You
nah,
know
nah.
what I'm
They no,
saying?
ain't no one trying to. Why they got knocked out? They ain't no one trying to see
I
no one.
know, but you're gonna see either a knock, somebody's gonna get knocked out, or knocked down. It's gonna be rock'em sock'em,
Well,
Nah.
yeah, I think with
entertaining
PNC,
fight. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, just to piggyback on PNC's point, I get what you're saying, EJ, because me personally, I don't want to see Wilder Fury 4. I think what PNC is saying is that would you rather prefer Fury Wilder 4 or Usyk
No,
or
no, he ain't
Joshua
saying
3?
nah, he ain't evil. Like I know he's talking about entertainment, right? He's
You're right,
talking about
entertainment value, based
he's
off
talking
of
about
entertainment value.
yeah, he's talking about entertainment, but
Yeah, that's what I mean.
a
Yeah.
PMC, like I hear what you're saying, but Wilder don't believe he could win. Like what? Like Fury don't mind beating up on Wilder, but Wilder ain't no hurry to be fighting Fury again. That's why he
Nah,
fighting.
yeah,
Why you think he fighting Hellenius? Hellenius is his sparring partner. He used Hellenius to help him spar for Fury, and then him and Malik, right? It's like Malik was sparring Wilder, getting ready for whatever fight he had, and then him and Malik said, "Yo, we might as well fight each other, steal some money." And that's what him and Hellenius, they friend, right? So it's like,
yeah.
yo, you help me get ready. You in my camp. You know, he was in Wilder's camp in Alabama, and now all of a sudden they fight. It's like, yo,
Yeah, I think he's helping Laney's out. He's giving him a final payday. You know what I mean?
what kind of bullshit is that? Because my old
Wait,
Hellenius might knock it.
Why not? I mean,
Hellenius,
Floyd did that with Andre
time,
Berto.
time out. How
Hellenius might
Yo,
knock him out, bro.
time
ain't
out?
Hellenius.
How
nothing
he's
wrong with that.
helping?
Ain't nothing wrong
How
with that.
he's
They putting
helping?
on the show. It's a
No,
How he's
business,
helping?
man.
it's because when they
Look, man,
sparring
it's
each
a
other,
business.
right? They had to sparring. There's a certain thing like you're there to make me look good, right? So I own you. So when you're going in there, Wilder's going to beat his ass. Like
So,
I ain't never seen not many times where a sparring partner, right, who could beat the guy that really like Larry Holmes,
okay,
Muhammad
so
Ali.
Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali.
Wait,
That's an
wait.
exception.
look, you got to think
Joe
about
Lewis,
this.
and Joshua Walcott, but there's not many times here where a
But
sparring
where's
partner.
Robert Helena's gonna go?
Good
What?
point. Good question.
Where he gonna go?
Yeah, but I know that
You get
shit.
what I'm
But
saying? He was
yeah,
an
but hold on.
underdog
Let me ask you a
twice
question.
versus
Let me
Adam
ask you a question. Let me
Kownacki.
ask you a question. Why is
So
Wilder? Yeah, no.
where else he
Why
gonna
is
go?
Wilder getting a shot at something when he lost? So I'll answer that question.
That's a good
Shot at
question.
what?
I'll answer that. PNC. There
Getting
you
a
can
shot
go.
at what? Getting a shot
At the
at
He
what?
lost.
title.
He lost fight. Why is he getting a shot at the belt? Why is he fighting for the vacant belt after
Cause
he
he's
lost?
ranked number one.
How's he ranked number one when you lost?
It's a title eliminator.
No. You understand? You have to. Unless you lost, you go back to round number 10. Why are
Yeah,
you
yeah. You
back
go
at
back in
number
the
one?
queue. Yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
go back in
yo,
the queue.
you go back to number
It,
10 if there was just one title
Bruh,
and
he
then
got knocked out twice, bruh. He got knocked out
yeah,
bro,
twice. He
EJ,
lost
hold on.
too in a row.
against
EJ.
who?
Yeah, he got lost,
Fury.
but you
What
gotta think
against
about it.
Fury?
All the other fighters,
Yeah,
you're asking why does the WBC still have him ranked so high?
Yeah.
because it's a business. It's
No,
money.
No,
Who's
nah,
no,
making the
not
most
nah,
that.
money from?
Because all the other guys that you would have ranked ahead of Wilder, either they just recently lost or they're what
They're
you call
occupied
it?
with something else.
Yeah,
No, listen,
they're
Kaneki.
ranked it.
No, listen, what's the point of fighting and earning the right? Yeah, to get to the title shot. Yeah, Elania should be fighting Fury. That's what should be
So
happening.
you telling me the guy that held the belt for at least 10 years
Yeah.
loses against the
He
guy
lost
who's
twice. He lost twice.
against
Well,
the guy
look,
who
yeah,
against hold on
No,
against the guy who
okay,
was
go
the
ahead, PC, go
lineal
ahead.
champ, the guy who was the lineal champ,
We
not once
mean
but twice.
little chap.
He was the
Hold up.
lineal champ. He was the lineal champ, right? So
Yeah,
he lost to a lineal champion. He's the man that
yeah.
beat the man. You get what I'm
What are you
saying?
talking about?
So
He ain't no
so you
little
so you
chap.
so you
Shit,
telling me
man.
he should fall what to 5, 6
Nah,
in the
10, number 10.
WBC?
Yeah, out the rank. He
Number
got his ass
10
knocked
and the
out. Go
number
back
in
in
the
the start again.
WBC.
Well,
Go
okay,
all
let
the
me
way
ask
back
you this
down.
question.
A
Let me ask you
pay-per-view
this
fighter.
question. Let me ask you
so
this question. Hold on. Hold up. Let me ask you this question. AJ just lost, right? Twice to the guy, lost his belts. Where you think AJ should? Where you think
Yeah,
AJ's ranked?
he should be falling within
Yeah,
the
I'm
top
asking you a
10.
question. Where you think AJ's ranked now? He just lost
He should
twice,
be
right?
against yeah, but
Where he
to me
ranked?
he should. I don't know where he's gonna be ranked, but
What?
I don't think he should fall that far.
I think he should fall down to number 10.
And
to
what
number
the
10.
world
And
ranking or
yeah, you should earn the right to
which
go back up.
sanctioning body? Which sanctioning body? Each
I think on the
all
whatever
three?
sanction, on all of
All
them,
right,
bro. I think
so
you
EJ,
should
name
Oh
the
let someone else get
EJ.
Well,
another run, man.
EJ,
can I
can you
chime in? Can I chime
EJ,
in?
can you
Nah,
Can I
name the
chime
nine?
in?
not yet.
EJ,
Oh, yeah,
can you
okay.
name the 9
you know
heavyweights
what?
that you would have ahead of him?
No, I don't need to name. I'm just saying that this is how
But
things are.
this is
Oh,
this.
you lose once, right? You lost twice. You understand? You lost twice.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, why is Wilder fighting eliminate against Hellenius when Hellenius has been earning the right? He beat Kaneki twice. He's earning the right. He beat another guy.
Kaneki wasn't nobody.
Hold up. See, hold up. Let's look at this, right?
Adam Kaneki was food.
Dillian White. Hold up. Dillian White was the number one guy, and he fought Fury, right? He
Mhm.
earned the right. So the
Dylan, what?
next guy in should have been Hellenius. So why is Wilder being pushed in there? Because you know why? Because they put money underneath in a brown envelope and gave it to Mauricio Suleiman, and
Yeah.
that's why he's in there. That's what's going
Suleiman
on.
Well, let me
No,
ask you
but
this.
money
also
off
Can I,
it's
let me
also
jump in. Let me
it's
jump in. Let
also
me jump in real
hold
quickly.
on. But EJ is also to help. Is also you could build up a lineage too, because either way, if say if now everybody's looking at that they helping out Wilder, but they could be also helping out Alenius, because if Alenius goes in there and beats Wilder, now his name is up, and now you could throw him in there and give him a title shot. Because what's the number one thing that you guys always say when y'all don't like the person that's getting the fight? Oh, he didn't beat nobody. So Alenius, he beat a couple people, let him beat Wilder, a former champion, and now he get a title shot, because a lot of the people at the top that's close to fight for a title, they're all mixed together. So Alenius
and
needed to wait for one of the guys to fall down from the top 5 to
Hellenius.
fight those guys, to
Right.
fight them.
Well,
Robert
let me say
Hellenius.
Because
something real quickly.
Robert
the only
Hellenius
person
is
that he
credible.
fought that was in the top 5 was
Robert
Dillian
Hellenius.
White, and he lost.
Well,
So
Robert
can I
he
say
still.
Hellenius
something? Can I jump in real quickly?
real quick. I just want to make this point, Dan.
All right.
Robert
Okay,
Hellenius
Beasley,
is
go
a
ahead.
credible opponent. This guy was the Intercontinental WBO champ, EBU champ, and stuff like that. This guy's been around for a long time, decorated amateur and stuff like that. And he coming off back-to-back wins against a top prospect, which everybody knew was food because this guy just eat punches in his face. He's a credible guy to have as a title eliminator in the WBC, if you ask me. So
Well, yeah. Well, can I chime in on this? Look, I'm gonna give you a measured answer on this. Should Wilder be ranked number one? No, I agree, because he needs to get back in the queue. He suffered back-to-back KO losses, so he needs to get back in the line. But I see. Then again, I know why they kept him there, because, as you say, EJ, the money. He's a money fighter. He pays a higher sanctioning fee as opposed to the other guys. That's the reason why they kept him there. And another thing I have to add too. While other people are complaining about Wilder getting another crack at the title again with this eliminator, I get your position on that. But guess what? The latest top 10 rankings got revised today. Alexander Usyk is the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, right? Guess who's number one behind Usyk?
AJ.
Joshua.
Anthony Joshua,
Yeah. Who's number two?
Yeah, because he's the money fighter.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
No, Deontay Wilder is.
Deontay, what
Yeah,
in the WBC?
yeah,
or
Yeah.
know-
So let me finish. Let me finish. So why is Joshua justified to be ranked number one when he suffered back-to-back losses against the other guys, the other guys in the top 10?
Because he brings the most money.
Exactly. That's the reason why they got Wilder in there. So why is people getting upset?
No, I'm saying I'm saying Wilder. Listen, you asked me, does he deserve it? I say no, he doesn't. He should be back in the queue. But I know he ain't gonna go back in the queue because the revenue he brings is still thing. Like, give me an example, right? Let's look at this, right? Muhammad Ali, he lost to Joe Frazier, right?
Yo, bring up the WBC rankings.
Why Ali lost to Ken Norton? Lost to Ken Norton as well. But he got a shot at George Foreman. Like, why he getting a shot? You know why? Because it's Ali.
He's the money. He's a money fighter. Yeah, we all know that.
Yo,
that's the reason why. That's the whole point. The reason why Wilder's still ranked number one because he's a money fighter.
Fuck Wilder's not no money fighter.
Yeah, he is. You know that.
Hell no, he ain't. No, he ain't.
Up the WBC rankings.
How's Wilder's not no money fighter? Like,
he's not the number. Look, let me go ahead. I guess I misinterpret what I said. He's not the top cash earner. I know that, but he's one of the top earners.
No,
he's one of the top.
No, he isn't.
Okay, who else? Wait, hold on. Wait. Who else draws more than Fury? Wait. Other than Fury, AJ, who earns more than? Who draws more than Wilder?
No, why are we getting up?
Okay, then. Well, why we arguing?
Wilder's not. No, Wilder's not even third. I got Kaneki sells out. Man. I'm telling you, all the police come out. Like Alabama, like listen, when he had to fight Alabama,
stop lying.
Ain't that
stop lying, EJ.
Water ain't no big seller.
That guy said Kaneki.
Yeah, Kaneki's a big seller.
You say Konaki's earns more than Deontay Wilder. He sells more than Deontay Wilder. Okay.
Hold on, no, why Kaneki sold out the whole of New York when he fought Alanius, bruh? Come on, the Barclays said.
No, he did not sell that venue. That's a freaking lie. He did not sell out that venue. Stop lying, bruh. Look, you don't have to like Deontay Wilder, but you damn well know that Adam Konaki does not draw more than Deontay Wilder. You know that.
It's hard. Listen, Wilder. Listen, when Wilder was doing a good thing, right? Doing his thing, but he ain't no big draw, man. He ain't no big draw yet.
You a liar. You capping, bro. You know that.
Come on, man. Like, okay. What's his biggest numbers to say he's a big draw?
Well, first of all, it takes two to tango, right? The second pay-per-view, him and Fury did 1.2 million. If you include the digital
by himself. Now him against Bums, him against Ortiz. What's the numbers there? Come on.
It was 230 or something like that. That's not good.
And that's weak, man.
Yeah.
All right. So my point is, like I told you, he ain't no big draw, but Al Heyman got that money.
Well, then who else other than Joshua and Fury who outsells him? Who else other than those two?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, Usyk ain't selling shit. But
then. So why are you complaining?
He wasn't selling.
We're talking about why is Wilder like getting a shot after he's lost twice?
Because he's one of the money makers. That's what we're trying to tell you.
No, but that don't make no sense though.
Okay, then why is Joshua still ranked number one in the top 10 rankings?
But Joshua's not getting another shot straight away.
I know, it was neither is Wilder, so why are you complaining?
He is. Hold up. Yes, he is. Hold up.
Well, he's an eliminator. He's not getting a straight shot.
Hold on. Let's think about it. Think about this logically, right? He's lost twice. And all of a sudden, he's an eliminator. Like, how you an eliminator? You just lost.
I get you on that one, but let me ask you this, though. Don't you think that Joshua's next fight's going to be an eliminator? You don't believe that's going to happen?
No.
EJ. So if you don't want Wilder to be an eliminator, who you want the WBC to pin the eliminator?
What do you mean? Which guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you put my man Dillian White back up in that joint, you know what I'm saying?
But I guarantee you this though. Whoever Joshua fights next, that's gonna be a fight on title eliminator. I guarantee that's gonna happen.
AJ's the draw, man. Everyone knows AJ's the draw.
That's fine though, but again, if you complain about Wilder being ranked number one by the WBC, why is nobody complaining about AJ being ranked in the top 10 number one after he lost twice to Usyk? I'm just saying.
Ain't that wrong being ranked, Dan? Dan, ain't nothing wrong being ranked, but he ain't fighting for no eliminated next thing. If he's fighting eliminated,
well, he will.
If he does, I'll say that's wrong. That's okay. I'm not hating.
Fair enough.
I'll be consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, Dillian White just been knocked out. How Dillian White been knocked out, and all of a sudden they gonna give him a title shot? Because I'm trying to say there's other guys in line.
Dillian White supposed to get the title shot?
Nah, I was just playing about that one. Maybe the winner at Ortiz.
He just had a title shot. He got knocked out.
I'm saying the winner, maybe winner out of Ortiz and Ruiz, maybe that'd be a one.
Yeah, when's
Yeah.
that fight happening?
Yeah, that's a good fight. I don't know what it's something soon though, right?
Supposed to be in September, right?
Yeah. What's it? Nah, look, this guy, this crypto guy, your mouth is greasy, bro. Like this guy's mouth is greasy.
Yeah, you might need to block him.
Yeah,
Whoever that
mouth,
is.
yeah, crypto's mouth is greasy, bro. He be talking reckless out here, bro. Like I don't know where these dudes come from. Bro. I ain't been
Well,
out.
you know those are troll counts, bro.
I don't know, man. I haven't been here for a minute on this thing. I haven't been a minute, so you know what I'm saying. Like, but listen. Now on the reals, yeah, I just believe that you when you lose, you earn the right to get back up there, and
Yeah.
to show that you deserve another title shot. That's the way I
Right.
believe. I believe that's it. So I'm not being hating and like that. I just believe that Wilder, you just been knocked out. Okay, you fighting your sparring partner, and for eliminator is eliminator, right? To fight the winner to fight Fury, right? That's what you're saying.
That's correct.
Yeah, but why they that's red. Why are they giving Hellenius to fight bloody Wilder, man? They should have gave Hellenius another soft touch, man. Why does she earn the right to get it out?
Well, I get what you're saying, but did he take any damage in the Quinaki
Gerald
fights?
Washington, the guy who got knocked out.
Nah, they're
by
whack.
Gerald
A
Washington.
lot of the guys are whack. Yeah, you're right, PMC. A lot of the guys are
So
whack.
you want to take that chance? So if Hellenius don't want to take that chance. He got knocked out.
Well,
by
plus he
Gerald
didn't take any damage in the second Quinaki fight. He left that fight unscathed.
Yeah.
Plus another thing, EJ, these sanctioning bodies, they be trying to have the best people in their tournaments that they can put in there. Why do you think that's another reason why they made all of these secondary titles and all that stuff, is to have these people paying sanctioning fees?
Yeah, with Tyson Fury, that's why he don't want to pay the buck, because he don't want to pay the sanctioning fee for the WBC. That's why he trying to retire. Don't want to pay no one no money. And he's stingy. AJ stingy. Listen, some of these UK guys, yeah, I'll be honest with you, they make some mistake. AJ should have fought Wilder. I don't care what anyone say. I don't care. He should have fought Wilder. The two brothers should have been getting it on, bruh. The two brothers should have been getting it on. Because if you wanted to see, this is the thing about AJ. You talk about undisputed, it was right there. You could have had things your way. Give 60-40. Wilder was going to say in the rematch, whoever wins that first fight, 50-50 on the next one, and keep it moving. Undisputed, great fight for America and the UK. And now the brothers are out the pocket. Both the brothers have been knocked out the picture. Now you got the Euro guys in there, right?
Yeah.
Both the Euro guys. You got Ukraine and you got Ukraine and you got the gypsy UK guy, wherever he's from. Right now he's there and then he out here playing around. You know what I mean? These dudes just stop playing around. Y'all make the damn fight. Now we took the court.
Let me just say this. I don't blame AJ per se.
Don't be cutting me down. I ain't finished.
My bad.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Hold up, calm me down, yo. So what? And it's the same with the Spence and Crawford thing, right? Spence and Crawford ain't happening. So this is why mainly I haven't been on YouTube, because like certain fights, only this fight has really rattled the nerves of a lot of people. We've been talking about this for 3 straight days. I mean, is this the third day? When was the fight?
Yeah, it's the third day.
The third day never caused so much, and it's all because, and it wasn't particularly the fight or the strategy. Well, that was a talking point. It was AJ here on the mic. My man should be in the WWE.
He cut a good promo.
The man took the man's flag, put it on his shoulders, and he's talking reckless out here. You can't beat me. I must get you, brother. Did you see what he said to his face? You can't. AJ, boy. Hey, listen, that shit was the gold, bro. But like,
you know what?
Go ahead. A lot of people don't like it, but to me, good press, bad press. To keep talking about being AJ, and people, all the people who say negative things about it's a good thing, because you keep AJ's name relevant. When he fights again, he gonna make a whole heap of money, 10-rounder. And AJ's one of them guys there. He'll fight a 10-rounder against a credible opponent. Hopefully, he has better trainers in the thing, and he starts cutting the camp. Some of them guys need to bring better guys in the camp for AJ to learn. And Mr. Bashir was there. I'm gonna blow my own horn. It was me hitting up KD to tell KD to bring Mr. Bashir over, and he got a trial period. Mr. Bashir got a trial period, and they chose not to keep him there. They preferred Robert Garcia over Mr. Bashir, and that was a mistake for us. Everyone knows Mr. Bashir worked with Usyk from day dot, and he's been with Vladimir from the longest. He brings a lot of experience in the camp, and he was willing to tell AJ, this is the first thing he was trying to change. We need to leave where's that place they was at? Loughborough. Leave Loughborough, and we need to
Yeah.
go to the Alps and start working altitude to build up his conditioning. Then he was trying to say change the sparring partners and cutting off the ring and everything. Mr. Bashir had a whole game plan, and AJ said, nah, I'd rather Robert. What's Robert? Robert's tiny, 5'7" guy, mainly works with Mexican pressure fighters. But AJ never adapted that. Angel Garcia was the one who implemented that strategy.
You mean
And
Fernandez?
Angel Fernandez, yeah, Fernandez. Angel the finesse fan Fernandez, because that guy finesse, yeah, he was the one who implemented that game plan, and you could see that game plan is not effective at world class. AJ is supposed to be a world class athlete, and to me, when I watched it, you box too cautiously, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only like I say round 8. It was round. Why'd you say round 9? Of round 8. Where I thought AJ actually like hit him in when he hit Usyk on the top of the head and Usyk was curled up and shit. I said, yo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was getting dirty right there. He was trying to lean on him and hit him in the back of the head. I'm like, what
that was
the
good.
fuck?
But even though that was bad in terms of infraction on the rules, that was good because AJ was going for it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, at least he was trying to go for it, but it was too late in the fight. And when he did that, it took a lot of energy out of him because he's missed a lot of shots up at that point. So why was his team? First and foremost, his arms are up on the ropes. When his arms had been down, he's wasting valuable energy in the corner, as Mr.
Right.
Bashir pointed out. Another thing as well, why was his corner telling him the urgency that he was losing the rounds? Because there's rounds that they were close, but maybe like Robert was like, "You're winning the fight." I was like, "Nah. I don't think you're winning the fight there, bro. I don't think you're winning the fight there." Like there was no, it wasn't like I wouldn't say Usyk was like dominating the fight either. But at that point, you got to cut loose, bro. Cut loose and put it on him. So in terms of the fight, wasn't all that, but the aftermath, shit, that shit's gold. That's gonna be seen forever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. AJ officially has turned into kind of Mike Tyson type of thing, where some people love him and some people hate him, but they all gonna come to watch him.
That's true. That's true. But I got a serious question, and I'm not a medical expert here, but somebody brought it to my attention. A friend of mine who watched the fight, he said, do you think AJ could suffer a concussion? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, because the way he's behaving, that just came out of nowhere after he lost. Do you think that all those punches in the head, especially in the 10th, 11th, and 12th round, did something to him? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm asking you, does concussions and taking so many blows to the head with 3 straight rounds, does that go hand to hand? Can that cause you to act abnormal?
But I don't think that was abnormal. I think that was I think he's been
frustrated.
So I'll give you a scenario, right? Mm-hmm. So when I used to go to the press conferences back in the days, yeah, and they had a lot of the tabloid newspapers, so they used to be sitting around AJ, and they used to ask some real brutal questions, right? So this is one of the brutal questions they asked him. They said, "What do you say when people say you look and act like Frank Bruno?" Now that's a disrespect, bro. Right? You know what I mean? And you fight like Frank Bruno. AJ's Olympic gold medalist at this point, World Games silver medalist. And he's a contender. I think at that point it was the British, but I think he does. That was the fight going up to that was the Dillian fight, right? So they asked him that question. No, it was a Charles Martin fight. It was a Charles Martin fight. He was just getting ready to fight for the title, and then the tabloid newspaper asking him his questions. And I was like, right, and AJ dealt with it pretty well. But I was in my mind, it's like that's freaking feisty, right? It's real rude. And AJ is constantly been getting these guys making digs at him for the longest, and media training means, when someone's rude to you, know how to handle the question, but it don't mean like inside you angry, and that's what he's been doing. He's been holding it in for the longest, and I think finally he said, you know what, bomb this shit, bomb this stay humble shit. I'm gonna let people know what I'm about, and that's what this was about. And I think a lot of times, and you see Frank Bruno, we know Frank Bruno had mental health, is because he wasn't allowed to express himself, really. Remember you see Frank Bruno laughing all the time. Look at AJ, laugh. You see AJ smiling giant. Nah, man. He said, "Yo, bomb that." No, I'm from the streets, bro. This is where I come from. I'm from the street, bro. I'm a heavyweight. I don't throw common. You know what I'm trying to say? So he's just letting the shit out because it's not good to hold it in. And I feel like it comes to everyone like concussion or mental thing, but he knew what he was doing. He had the belt. Well, kind of knew what he was doing anyway. But he gave the flag. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, though, the reason why I'm asking this question, because if you look at the punch stat in the 10th round, particularly, this is the round I'm looking at. Usyk landed 39 punches on Josh in that round, and I think 20 of them were on the head, on the head. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they were most of them power punches. And my friend was asking me, don't you think he suffered a concussion because of that? I'm like, I don't know. That's why I want to ask around, see
Nah,
if that goes hand in hand.
nah. Dan, that was more of. I wouldn't even. I just say that was more of out of character
Okay.
of what you described that as, because, and it's more just out of character of what he showed on camera.
Yeah.
And then to what EJ was saying, EJ was going to, when he was going to the part saying, "Yo, he's from the streets and I'm 18 stones. I can't what you call it." I thought that was more down the line of an excuse.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to, and the funny thing is too that you brought up that they always used to bring up, like, oh, AJ's an Olympian, and which could Gomez, his fundamentals is good, but as soon as he went up against a guy like Usyk who got more, he brought it up like, well, I was on the road. I didn't take up boxing when I was younger, like
Yeah, I
Usyk.
know. That
So
was that was an excuse to dig at
yeah,
Usyk. Like, well,
he started trying to put out there like, well, I took up boxing late, and this guy's, I'm too big. He's too fast for me. I can't do nothing with him. He could have
yeah,
just like, that's why I was saying I don't think he had a concussion or nothing, because he was making too much sense in some of the stuff he was saying. So I
yeah.
just think
What?
it was more of an excuse, like, yo, listen, y'all, like, I'm 18 stones. I can't catch up with this guy, which I think was one of a bad game plan too, because what he should have did is, once he realized that, yo, I'm tiring out by chasing him, let me
Mhm.
stand here in the middle of the ring and let him come to me, because here and there you'll see it when a guy is
Exactly.
moving away from a guy too much. If you
Yeah,
stop if you stop there and you tell him like, yo, what's up? You don't want to fight?
Yep.
They'll walk back to you and stop moving like that, because if you stand there, now you put something on them like, yo, I'm not chasing you. Let's fight. Come on. So
right.
now they'll walk back to you. So that was one of the bad game plans too, where people were saying like, yo, cut off the ring. Like, nah, you can't. You're not even fast enough to catch him. So
Well,
you
you know
might
what? I get
Yo,
what you're saying,
you
YG.
might as well
he had no showmanship. No showmanship.
you might as well stand in the middle of the ring and just make him come to you.
Well,
Like,
that's what I was gonna say though, because there was many moments in that fight Usyk stood in front of him and AJ still couldn't do anything. That's like, okay, you complain that you can't catch the guy, but he's standing in front of you in most of those rounds, and you still couldn't do anything.
Yep.
So what's
yeah,
the
but that
excuse
was
then?
that's after AJ
That
done
too.
got AJ got tired because he threw,
Following him.
and some of them, what you call it, he was throwing combinations. He stepped it up. I can't front on that. He stepped up, and a lot
Yeah,
of times he stepped in with a 1, 2, 3 combinations, and now he's tired now. So
yeah.
once he gets tired, now Usyk stops in front of him like you supposed to do,
Man,
and you let your punches go.
man, you know what? This all he's doing is walking.
Well,
You
like
know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
he,
The person that's really tired is Usyk. He the one dancing around the ring. You cut off the ring. All you doing is taking a step here, and a step there. You're not running and chasing them
right.
like Rolly did with Tank. Rolly
Yeah,
had
like
to
Tito did
run
with
after
Trinidad.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
he had
Tito
to
did with
run
De La
after him.
Hoya.
All you doing is walking. You taking steps, man. He can't take
Yeah.
steps. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be the younger guy,
Nah,
athletic,
yeah,
and all this other stuff. Man, he just can't
it's
box,
a
bro.
whole. You stepping, but you thinking because you thinking on the
He
fly.
can't. He
Remember,
just can't
this
box.
guy
Well,
stopping
no,
him a lot.
I wouldn't say he can't box. He can box.
Nah,
He just can't beat the guy that he lost to twice.
Yeah.
That's how it is. He
His
just can't
his
beat him.
foot his feet are in the mud, bro. He ain't got no
Yeah.
footwork or nothing like that. His feet were never on the outside when he attacked. I'm looking at his feet.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
had it straight lined up. He didn't do
Yeah, he
nothing.
didn't.
Then when he was doing all that bobbing and weaving, he didn't take no steps forward, no choppy steps forward, nothing like that, bro. No left hook to the body to keep him cut him off from going counterclockwise.
Hmm.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was just he lost in the sauce, man. It's on him. He got him. He don't want to be hit or nothing like that, man.
Yeah,
It's
those
all
counters
it's
is
all mental.
those counters is what he fears the most is those counter shots because he's
Right.
yeah,
very
It's all
yeah. I
vulnerable
was
to
about
that.
to
mental, bro.
say it's hard for him to left hook him to the body because Usyk is throwing that jab.
Yeah, throw
Yeah,
him
but
off.
then he predictable. Every time he threw his jab, he got countered. He was So sometimes
Nah,
you gotta eat one.
the
You
guy in
got
the ring is just too fat. It's just too fast for him.
nah, man. He ain't let his hands go, bro.
You
Well, how could he
Sometimes
let
he
his
get hit,
hands go when he's a guy? The target is just moving
bro. He
around
get
too
hit.
fast for him.
you saying? But how many?
All he's getting hit with
But how
is
many?
that
How many
with his
punches he
jabs.
threw? How many? You know how many
That's
punches?
it.
You know he threw over 500 punches.
Usyk threw over
And then
700.
and then when Usyk was throwing his punches, he wasn't sitting down those punches. Sometimes those punches he was reaching.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
And then Anthony Joshua kept going straight back. When he went straight back, Usyk followed him and
he was
threw
playing
that
around with
left.
him. Yeah, he doing what he
Yeah,
want. In Mr. Bashir say he's doing what he want. Mr. Bashir showed him you go in, out, side, left, right. Joshua was just watching him because Joshua was trying to like a computer trying to find your target. So when
yeah,
Joshua had the jab, he's trying to find a target so he could throw the right, but he never once throw no left hook to the body to the liver. He
he
never
did it
stepped in.
once,
He,
bro.
ne-
he
he,
did a
ne-
couple times.
I listen.
Yeah,
His foot
late
should have been
in the
his foot
fight.
should have been the outside of Usyk's right foot, and he should have been setting up the left hook to the body, so you could bring it over the top, and then a straight right down the body. That's how you beat southpaws, man.
Yo, yo,
Mr.
Dan.
I mean, hold up, YG, and Mr. Bashir knows this, right? And Mr. Bashir knows this. He knows he has all this knowledge, right, that he could have installed in Joshua and Usyk, right? And he wanted to beat Usyk because Usyk dealt with him pretty badly. That guy, Creed, whatever his name is, the manager, and Edis Credis, whatever his name is. He's the
He
one
just
who
claimed
kicked
this.
He's the one
Yeah,
who kicked Josh. He's the one who kicked Mr. Bashir out and took Mr. Bashir's percentages, right? So he wanted him out of here, right? And Mr. Bashir wanted that, but he kind of wanted to get looked after, and they didn't do that. And they brought Robert in, and Robert, to me, in my mind, as I said, he had no factor in that fight. So all that strategy we talking about, that's all that Fernandez guy, man. I'm like, yo, like who's this guy? The number one cheerleader behind Joshua. You know what I mean? Like, why is this guy creeped in? Now, most people say with Dillian White, Zab Miller, and Harold Knight, he was better with Mark Tibbs. So, when you change drastically with your trainer, there's going to be a drastic factor in the performance of your fighter, good
yeah,
or bad. And end of the day, but you can't take it away because Usyk, kept the same team around him or whoever that is, and he's won, and that's it. But going back to the point about their rankings, hell no. If Joshua's number one, that's okay, fine. But I don't think he deserves to get a shot at the title straight away again. I don't
right.
think so.
Well, now you're being consistent. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we don't need. I know, but the fun is if Daniel
Yo, bring up
Dubois
the
calls him out,
rankings.
if Daniel Dubois calls him out for that whack ass WBO belt, I think he should go that route.
Yeah, I think he'll go for it. Yeah, he'll go for it.
But you see Daniel Dubois, he don't know part of Joshua. You know what I mean? He knows Joshua will whoop his ass, but he after Dillian White. Dillian White go, hey, listen, I think Dillian White. I don't think Dillian White should, because Dillian White said they're not giving me a title shot. Well, mate, there's a title shot right there, man, against a young man. You know what I mean? I think you should take it, Dills. What do you think, man? You think Dillian
Well, I
White should take
mean, it's a dangerous fight for Dillian, but hey,
it?
if
Dangerous. Well, Daniel Dubois, he is a baby. He can't hurt no one. You see,
he can punch hard, but he
oh,
can't.
come
I
on.
know,
Dillian
but
White's
his
done.
technique is pretty
Why
bad, though.
he don't hit that hard, man. He don't hit
Dillian
that
White
hard.
is done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dillian can't take punches anymore, man. We know he ain't got no
Right.
punch resistance.
That's
He ain't.
right.
His road to the championship
Tyson Fury since he got
belt
with Javon Hill
was
is harder,
sketchy.
man. Tyson Fury since he got with Javon Hill is harder, man. You trying to say
Yo, the way he
you know?
moves is sketchy, man. He ain't never getting the title shot again.
Yeah,
Dylan?
yeah.
Yeah, he ain't getting
Nah,
it.
man. Why Daniels called him out? So what
Well,
about
we'll
Derek?
see if that fight happens. But Dillian, I think they're going to make Chisora and White 3. I think that's what Eddie Hearn's trying to do. He's trying to make that fight.
Nah, that fight ain't selling nothing. That's a waste of time. Ain't
Yeah, man. Eddie really needs to get somebody to win, man. Canelo better come through on Saturday against Golovkin, which I expect him to do. But
Golovkin's gonna win that fight, man.
well, it'd be funny if he does, because Match would be in serious trouble if he loses that fight.
That fight's this Saturday?
No, I think it's it's on Mexican Independence Day. I think it's 2 weeks on the what day is it?
Yeah, I hope he takes the Dubois fight because I don't want to see Chisora, Dillian White again. I don't want to see that again.
Well, you want Dillian to fight? You want Dillian to fight or AJ to fight against
Dubois?
the boy? What you want? YG?
I take the Dillian because AJ's not ready to fight nobody no time soon. So
no, man, he was all right. He ain't hurt up. He ain't really hurt. No,
Well, no, he's not really hurt, but mentally he's not there anymore right now.
yeah, but he needed new.
The thing is, yeah, like it's like another thing. Like, I just feel like he could have he ain't gonna fight that way. Let me tell you, he ain't gonna fight that cautiously against Daniel Dubois. He ain't gonna be flicking that jab like that, boo. He ain't gonna be on
Well,
that
yeah,
level.
because Daniel Dubois is a sitting target. He can get off his punches a lot faster on him.
Daniel Dubois is slow as hell. Slow.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Daniel
I
Dubois
think
don't
he
like
could get
it.
off on
You
Daniel
know when
Dubois.
he's,
I
when
think
he
he can
get
knock
hit, he
him
gonna
out.
quit though. You know he gonna quit though. Daniel start getting licking his face though. He gonna quit. Hey, Zhang Zi. What about my man says Zhang Zi from China? How about him? Joshua should try to fight him, right?
Well, he beat him in the amateurs before. He's slow, so that's an easy target, even though he's a southpaw.
What you think of Hovich? I think Hovich looks whack, man. I don't think he's nothing special.
He was off, man. You know what? He could be still affected by his father's death because he was real close to his father. So I don't know. I'm not making excuses for the guy, but he didn't look right in that fight at all. I don't know what it is. It was like,
when did his dad die?
His dad
Well,
died about a month
Lisa
ago,
says
2 months ago.
Anthony Joshua
Oh.
coming back in December.
Yeah, no, she thinks he's gonna come back in December. That's what that's Eddie Hearn
Yo,
said.
who's Derek James? Mo Boxing mentioned Derek James as a trainer.
Earl Spence trainer. Yeah, trainer
trainer.
Earl Spence.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
they
Joshua
say,
ain't come
they
back.
say
Joshua ain't come back
Anthony
December, man.
Joshua should train with
Nah, he ain't gonna come back.
Derek
He ain't gonna come back December. Like Joshua, he's probably contemplating his whole career and what it is. Because the thing is, yeah, that sort of loss, it's devastating, man. It's like
It is.
It's
It
devastating.
is.
And it ain't nothing like good look. You gotta understand, yeah, like he's got people around him telling, even Spencer saying he won, and then, but he in his mind, he's like, yo, he losing. He's like bro, he got nah, bro.
Well,
he can't do it.
what makes matters a little worse is that this is his third loss in his last 5 fights, and 2 of them against the same guy, and that's it is devastating.
Doesn't mean nothing. It's just losing. It doesn't matter against the same guy. It's just losing. Like dudes, bro. I'm in the amateur, but I'm in the amateur club. Some of these guys lose. Yeah, Dan. They be calling me this the same night. They be when we go and train next. They just want to get back in there.
Yeah.
And Joshua's got that kind of thing. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he got back in there soon. But at the same time, Eddie Hearn be looking at him like, yeah, like I don't know, you ready, like mentally. Cause what about Dillian White when he got knocked out by Povetkin? Remember that?
Nah, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
He
Not
wasn't
at
ready
all.
to go back. He went straight back in there though. Without
No, but the fight got delayed though. That was the benefit of his though. But he was going to go back in there 3 months. But let me say this. Let me say this. Mentally, Dillian was ready, but physically, no, because he needed more time to recover. Because that knockout was horribly bad. It was bad. He needed more than 3 months to recover from that.
Boxing, you don't have to worry about getting hit if you're hitting the guy, and that's what happened in Povetkin. He was just hitting him. Povetkin apparently had COVID or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It was a blessing in disguise when that fight got delayed for Dillian's sake.
AJ, if you look at AJ's power punches, he probably landed maybe 5 on Usyk, bro.
Yeah.
He never got his power shots off, but against some of the other heavyweights, maybe AJ's a bit more effective. Daniel Dubois,
he's an easy target for Anthony Joshua.
I don't think AJ wants to hurt these kind of guys, though. I think he looks at Daniel Dubois. He remembers him as a youth when I was there at Team GB, and he's like, "Yo, I don't want to hurt him and stuff like that." But Fraser
Dubois
Clark
is dangerous though.
Well, you think so? I don't think he's dead.
He got a good jab. He has a decent jab.
I think
AJ's okay. I mean, he still got some work to do.
Dan Dubois got a good jab, and he's willing to let his hands go.
He quit though. Didn't you see him quit?
The whole thing is that
well, he had a bad eye. Of course he quit.
Nah, that don't mean you gonna quit, dog.
Oh, come on. His eye was horrible. His eye was
man. I see Kevin Kelly had a bad eye. I see many guys. They don't mean you gonna quit.
Well, Ray Leonard, true. I get you.
Yeah, many guys they don't quit. He quit because he's never been. He's an on top fighter. He's one of them guys. When he's beating your ass, when he's beating you, he's good. Was that?
He didn't move his head.
He just
run into that jab no more.
That just happened, but we've seen great people quit before, so knock it off.
That's true.
Who you see quit?
Well, Ali basically would have quit too, but
Ali never.
Ali could have told him no, I'm not. He told him cut the gloves.
Remember what happened to Waters? Remember the Afterman?
He told him cut the gloves off. He was ready to quit in the corner.
Yeah, he didn't quit though.
But he didn't quit though.
He didn't quit though.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
You can't. Ali never. Listen, just a bad. Name a guy who's quit. You said great fighters have quit. Ali didn't quit. Who's quit? YG, tell me. Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Ray Robinson.
Nah. Ray Robinson win.
Joey Maxim. He quit because of heat exhaustion.
He fainted. He got knocked out, bro. What are you
Roberto
talking about? He got
Duran,
knocked
Well,
out.
okay. I'll take that back because he didn't quit on his
Roberto
will.
He got
Duran.
knocked out, man. Come on, don't bail YG out, man. Let YG answer the question.
Okay.
You're not.
Let him answer the
Vitaly
question.
Klitschko.
Roberto
Vitaly
Duran. There's
Klitschko.
plenty of people that you act like.
Roberto, no,
Vitaly
no mask.
Klitschko
Roberto,
Yeah, he quit.
That was a
versus
quit.
Bird.
No mask. Yo, I can't argue.
Yeah,
that
he
one.
quit.
Yeah, but why you
Vitaly
jumping
did.
in, man? Let YG.
All right, let YG get it. My bad.
In, man.
I let him fight his own battle. Go ahead, YG.
This ain't a battle
YG
because
making Ali, calling Ali. You crazy, man. That's the worst one. Those two lost from the Ukraine. You can teach him. Listen, AJ, change up your team. Get rid of the yes man out your team, and then we're good. You know what I mean? Get rid of yes man out your team. Usyk, congratulations. Moving on. Now the title of this thing here is AJ's bubble. AJ's bubbles burst forever. Now, is it burst forever? Yes or no, guys? What do you think? Can he come back? What's going on?
No, he'll come back, but I just don't think he'll come back in December. I don't think so.
You think he'll come back next year then, right?
Yeah, I think he'll come back next year.
What's he coming back for? Tell me what he's coming back for, Dan.
I think he'll just have a tune-up fight, just a confidence build fight. He doesn't need a tough fight. He's not under that pressure anymore, so that's a good thing. So I guess what I'm getting at is that the loss to Usyk the second time is kind of like a blessing in disguise in a way. Takes the pressure off of him when it gets to big fights. He can go back in there. He's refreshed. He's refocused. Get him a stationary opponent that we know he can beat, and that'll get his constant confidence boosting again. You know what I mean? And the fight will sell out.
Well, what we trying to achieve? No, but what we trying to achieve though? Like, for what? Why? I'm saying why is he coming back? Why is he fighting on? What's he trying to achieve?
Well, he wants to be. Look, he never got the WBC belt. He's never got the linealship, so that's one thing he needs to accomplish.
You're making up goals for him now. He ain't never said that because if he wanted to, you could have fought Wilder for that, right?
True.
So I'm saying to you, what's your motivation?
I think there's more people he could fight, though. There's many other heavyweights he could beat.
I understand that, but
$40
I'm saying
million. That's his motivation.
No, he said the reason why he was fighting for everyone else. That's what he said. He didn't fight for himself. He said, when he let down, I let everyone. I was trying to fight for everyone else. So he don't even fight for himself no more. That's what I was trying to tell you. When you're rich and he's filthy rich, in terms of money these get, there's no motivation. You've been what you wanted to be. You've everything. You're still fairly young. You're still, good looking. You ain't beat up.
You have your health faculties, right?
There's no fighting for confidence building. That doesn't if you're not the starting boxing for the sake of fighting anyone. Another thing as well, you can't fight at a lower level. You have to fight top tier. But you know why? If you fight lower, you don't get the big money because you have to fight a good guy. Now, are you pay-per-view worthy? Yeah. Okay, you still got pay-per-view status. Is it arena? Is it stadium or arena? Okay, arena status. Cool. But what are you fighting for? Your goal is to be undisputed. That's gone. Like you're not like you can get opportunities. I don't see where you get an opportunity. You gotta wait for a Fury maybe or for one of them guys there, but you're not in the picture. Another thing as well, the fights are dangerous now. Everyone's seen you lose and see you mentally broke. They're gonna whoop your ass. They ain't gonna hold back. So again, why are you fighting? I don't think you need to fight no more. If you're gonna call it a day, I think it's a good time to call it a day. It's not. It's just the way boxing is. If you lost in this manner, everyone's coming for you. When Mike Tyson lost against Buster Douglas, everyone thought they had a shot. But before that, hell no. AJ showed cracks in his thing. Even Fury's thrown cracks. That's why Fury wanted to retire because he got knocked down against Wilder. Them for like PMC pointed out, vicious knockdowns. But when he fought Dillian, he could feel the heat from Dillian. He's like, yo, I don't know if I want to go in this again. So, this boxing game is not, in one fight, you could be the greatest like AJ, and now you're on the side of many former champions. So my whole thing is, I don't know if the motivation is because he's trying to fight for everyone else, not for himself. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Fair
enough. Anybody else want to chime in?
Nah, he's still about to have a big homecoming because he lost in Saudi Arabia, so they still gonna have a big homecoming when he have a fight back in the UK, and he can still fight one of the other than like a Frank Sanchez or Tyson Fury.
Well, I got an idea. Can I jump in real quickly? Why don't he fight in the States and leave the UK for a while? I think that'll help him.
Yeah, well, last time he
Told
fought
you,
over here,
The
he
you
got
media,
his
gotta go
ass
to
whooped.
the
America.
media's more harsh, man. The media's more harsh. You got PMC over there, YG yourself. More harsh. Why you gonna come over there? Like your mouths are worse than in the UK. In the UK, at least he's protected to a certain extent. You in America, they call him Anthony Johnson.
I mean, look, I mean, I'm just saying the reason why I'm saying is because he could do what Lennox Lewis did. You know what I mean? He left the UK because there was a little bit of distractions over there, so he came over to the
He
American
was
continent.
AJ Dennis Lewis wasn't from the UK. He's from Canada.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
he grew up in London,
Nah,
so
he didn't grow up in London. He was there for like 5 years,
well,
bro.
no, he was born in London, but
Nah,
he
yeah.
relocated to
He
Canada
grew,
at
he
10.
grew up in Canada. Like he grew up
Yeah,
in
that's what I'm saying.
Canada.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
though. He
yeah.
was
But what
born in
I'm saying,
London. He
the
grew
reason
up
why he
in.
came to the UK because Canada,
It's not a big market.
the racist as hell. And he said, "Yo, I rather go back to London and build myself there because America don't want me. They got America because he'll just be an average guy in America. If he was to put himself in America, he'll just be another heavyweight, right? If you
Yeah.
go to Canada, Canada didn't have the infrastructure, and like they said, they were too racist. Said, hell, I ain't gonna be over here. I'm also based myself in the UK where they can, and we still give him mad love in the UK. But you see, when he went to New York, that's where the
Yeah.
Jamaicans are. Like he start rolling with the Jamaicans, and we're gonna beat them bald heads and stuff. So Lennox Lewis beat himself over there. Now Anthony Joshua, he likes Dubai. You see, he's to me, he's Muslim, whatever. He likes them, the Saudis
Middle
hang
East.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
he likes the princes. You know, the princes visit him. Don't worry about it, and this and that. They pat him on his back. I'm sure some of the Prince Khalid and all them guys, because I didn't see Prince Khalid patting Usyk on his back and them shit there.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he greeted him.
Nah, he
Yeah.
didn't. No.
Yeah, he
Nah,
did.
not like AJ. No, they love AJ, bro.
Well,
You
of course
saw
they
them.
do, but they also
Yeah.
respect Usyk too.
Nah, I didn't. No, not to, listen. Stop talking for Usyk. They love AJ. They love AJ.
Yo,
That's it. Now listen.
All
Not
right,
only
fair enough. They
they ain't
love
got no.
AJ. Let's leave Usyk
AJ's
out
the
of it.
one. AJ's the one who made this fight in where over here. It wasn't Usyk. If Usyk had the dips in this fight, he'd have it in Ukraine, where the halfway where the war is, Russia. Where Russia's
No way gonna have a fight in Ukraine, especially what they're going through right now. That ain't gonna
yeah,
happen, bro.
I know that's one of the big reasons why another thing too that the athletes why Putin wanted to raid over there too because a whole bunch of athletes is popping up in Ukraine and all them guys are supposed to be Russian.
That's true. That's true. But hey, guys, I'm gonna get off here. It's good talking to y'all, man. I'll catch you on the next one.
All
All
right,
right.
nice one, Dan.
Yo, Dan, that's what I want to ask you too. Yo, you not on that Game of Thrones wave,
AJ
right?
Captain.
Nah, man. I wish I wasn't, man. I wish I was. I'm not on Game of Thrones. I'm more of a. You might criticize me for this. The show called Ozark, but they canceled it on Netflix, man. So
They didn't cancel Ozark.
you did. They canceled it. It's been canceled. Netflix is cutting a lot of shows, bro.
No, the series ended. They went through the whole series.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. They weren't going to renew it. That's my whole point. They did not renew it for
Why did
another
you
season.
understand your English? Why did you understand your English, Dan? No, we
No.
understand.
But I'm trying to tell him is that the show ended because they did everything that they could do, and it was like 6 seasons, not 5 6 seasons long.
No, I didn't even get to 5 seasons. I think they only did 2 or 3. That's my point.
No. It went to 5 seasons. You not what you call it? Definitely did more than that.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll see on that. But hey, I got to get out of here, man. It's good talking to y'all. All right.
Yeah, nice one, Dan. Peace
All
out.
right.
Bro.
Peace.
All right,
Peace.
hey, listen. So AJ wearing the Ukraine flag, and you know they be treating African people wrong when they try to leave the Ukraine. I don't know AJ did that, but like for my taking, you know, Anthony Joshua, shit. Hey, I think he needs a lot of maturing and stuff like that. I think his team and him himself looking at it is like you got to do well with winning, and you also got to do well in losing and be honorable in losing and stuff like that. I think he tried to be like that, but it just come across all wrong. You know what I mean? But I think he wanted to win so badly. You know, his reaction, I think it's just raw. You know what I mean? He's like, we've never you know Mayweather, right? If you look at Mayweather when he wins, he cries when he wins, right? But we've never seen Mayweather lose. I bet if he lost, he'd cry as well. So does that make him bad? No, it's human. I think Anthony Joshua showed his human side that when things don't go his way, he reacts. So, and that's it, man. A bad day at the office, and that's what it is. PMC, YG, what else you got to say?
Nah, yeah, I agree with you. It was a bad day at the office, and he had a slight little meltdown.
Yeah,
it was a bad timing because he left the ring, and then we got back in the ring, so he was trying to say something positive, but he was still mad. So I really even looked too much into the after the press conference thing too, because I'm more of looking forward what's gonna happen next for him.
But he definitely don't need to be fighting for no belt for now. I think he needs to earn the right to build himself back up again. You know what I mean? I think he was talking about Wilder getting a shot. I don't believe Wilder should be fighting for eliminator when he lost against Fury twice. I don't think so. And usually when you lose, you have to earn the right to go build yourself back up again. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying with that, but that is you jump in the eliminator to build yourself up is the right way, because obviously it's not like they left. Who did they leave out of the eliminator that they could have had in there? So it's not like one of those the scenarios was like, yo,
Frank
man,
Sanchez, bro.
who? But Frank Sanchez is in the he's in the what's it the WBO?
Big baby, big. What's that big other? What's the other big
Because
baby?
he what you call it? He fought this guy that last fight, the Majavi guy in the eliminator already. So he's already in the eliminator.
Well, I'm saying like let me check the divisional rankings or.
But that's basically what it is too. That's why I was saying that earlier too. Like, yo, well, all of these belts, it's easy for a guy to because people spread it all over. They're not in certain rankings. They're not even trying to go for those titles.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's not like how it was back in the days where it's only one title. If it was one title, then I could get it. Like, yeah, you lose, you definitely need to go to the back of the line. That's when you drop down to number 10 because we got like 4 or 5 people that didn't even get a title shot. That makes more sense back then when it was only one title, but now it's 4 titles, 5 titles.
Well, listen to this ranking, right? ESPN divisional
6
ranking,
titles
right?
actually.
They got Tyson Fury number 1, Usyk number 2, Deontay Wilder number 3 over Anthony Joshua. Yo, Joshua's lost 3 times, Wilder's lost 2, and he's got 1 draw. Yo, man, they got Andy Ruiz, Dillian White, Joseph Parker, Luis Ortiz, Joe Joyce, Otto Wallen. Otto Wallen's moving up. Where's Frank Sanchez, bro? Where's Frankie? Frankie Sanchez. And what happens to the other big baby? Big baby. What's his big baby? What's his name again?
He gets a suspension next year.
Why is that?
Remember he got popped dirty and he was suspended for 2 years?
No, not him. The other one, not the fat belly one. The other one.
What
Anderson? Big baby Anderson. Gerald Anderson.
Oh, the young kid. He's a contender now.
He's a contender?
Yeah,
I don't see him ranked though.
He's just moved because he ain't fight nobody to be ranked.
No?
No, he ain't ranked in none of the sanctions.
Nah, he's just a prospect. He ain't fight nobody.
Yo, they got Anthony Joshua at number 4 in the WBA, the IBF.
You see how they move him up? They got That's what I'm trying to tell you.
The WBO, he's ranked number 3.
Shit, you see the Ring magazine that took Fury right out the joint. Fury's not even in the rankings no more on the Ring magazine because he said he's retired.
That's owned by ESPN and he ain't messing with ESPN no more.
What? The Ring magazine owned by the Golden Boy, man. Because he said he retired. So they took him
Ring magazine. Oh, Golden Boy bought that from ESPN.
De La Hoya bought the Ring magazine. Yeah, he had it from time. Yeah, it's like Tyson Fury is not even in it because he said he's retired. When he said he's retired, they took him literally like you should, and they kicked his ass out. So you got Anthony Joshua number 1, Deontay Wilder number 2. Joseph Parker's pretty high up on the ranking. How that be, right? Man. Joseph Parker, Joseph Parker number 3, but Dillian White number 4. But Dillian White beat Joseph Parker, but Dillian White's already had his shot at Tyson Fury.
I'm on boxing scene, and they got Robert Helenius is ranked number 2 in the WBA.
Oh yeah, so that's what's up. Yeah.
In the WBC, he's ranked number 9.
He's ranked number what? Number 9.
Yeah, in the WBC.
So but he beat Kaneki twice, so that's why they rolled him up, right? Where's Kaneki at?
Yo, he ain't ranked no more.
Oh, see, they knocked him out. You see what I was trying to tell you? How's Wilder getting a shot when I say everyone's getting knocked out? The ranking. You see what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, but what rankings y'all looking at? He was looking at the WBA.
No, I'm looking at the boxing. I'm looking at all the rankings.
Jared
WBC,
Anderson was good.
WBA.
Like some of these dudes here, they got some real good quality. Like that Frank Sanchez is good, man. He's quality. He's very good. He's very, very. He'd be. I tell you what, if he fought Usyk, he'd give Usyk some trouble, bro. Real talk. He's big and he's just as fast. And you know, Luis Ortiz, Luis Ortiz is pretty good as well. The Southpaw, he's pretty good as well. He's a good boxer, man.
Yeah, they got him ranked in as number 2 in the IBF.
Yeah,
Yeah, Luis Ortiz, and then
yeah.
he's
You see
ranked
it there?
number 8 in the WBC.
Yeah. So, there's some quality things going on, man. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, man. But hey, you guys, you got the UK. Yo, shout out to Mo Boxing and the rest of the guys, man. Yo, peace there. Yeah, shout out to Mo Boxing. Yeah, I see Beeb come along. I know Beeb be over here hating. Yeah, I'm saying, what's up, Lisa Ball? King KO. What's up, all you people in the chat? Man, YG Night, all you guys making this show popping. I mean, I got rid of that crypto. That guy got to go. I ain't having that bullshit over here. You know what I'm saying? That guy was no good.
Yes.
Ken
Speaking
Lee,
of that, now that you watched it over, what did you feel? What did you feel about the Game of Thrones?
oh, the Game of Thrones, like the end, it picked up. It was pretty good. I gotta admit, it wasn't as bad as because I fell asleep on it, but then it picked up near the end. It's just I think it when they left it good to make me think like, oh, I'm gonna watch next week. So I gotta say that it was okay. It wasn't as great as when I thought the first ever Game of Thrones, but it was okay. But it's interesting. I'm interested to see what happens next week and see what happens. Well, I can't hate, but we're gonna do a game. We definitely we have to do a Game of Thrones. And then you guys, if you guys watch Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, me and YG gonna head that one. But I have to try and keep YG on track because he keeps coming out with mad scenarios, man. Like they did it for love or whatever madness YG coming with. You know what I'm saying? PMC, yo, you need to join the WhatsApp group. PMC, I keep telling you, what's wrong with you, man? PMC keep ducking as well. You know what I'm saying? Keep ducking. But hey, PMC, I'm happy you came over though and gave your contribution in this thing here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're always welcome, bro.
All right, cool beans, man. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. We're gonna head up with the NWO music and stuff like that, man. Because I was just listening to it. Yo, if you like wrestling, you know, like the NWO, man. I'm out here, man. Peace.